Hello everybody and welcome to the Gilded Flask where adventure is never far. My name is Barry and I will be your dungeon master for this playthrough, and I'm joined by three very wonderful people. Please introduce yourselves.
Hey, I'm Anne and I play the unhinged haunted halfling Carla Lillicart.
I'm Daniel. I'm playing the concerned paladin of John Varenthal, paladin of Midnight and Hexblade Warlock.
And I'm Marissa. I'm Casariel, the ASMR Twilight Cleric.
If you have never visited our place before, then hello and welcome. Good to have you. We are live on Twitch every Saturday, so if you want to see us live, you want to chat with us in our Discord, feel free to join us over there. If you're listening to us through our podcast or viewing/listening to us via YouTube, that is great as well, because we do upload our episodes over there once we are done recording. Thank you in any way possible, of course, wherever you're listening and or viewing us. For a complete list of all the places where you can find us, please go to thegildedflask.com for a complete overview. We also have an amazing group of people that have helped us along the way with creating some great maps, some awesome images, the tokens that we have, etc., etc. If you want to know who those people are, have a look below our YouTube video for a complete list as well. And with that, let's head into the tale.
Tell me, do you like ghost stories? I've been investigating people vanishing mysteriously into the night, never to return. It looks like I've found out where they've been.
Good evening.
I don't like this place. The air feels heavier.
Did you hear that?
What do you mean he's watching?
In this place, nothing is what it seems.
We come from an ancient land.
There's no time for this. What are you looking for?
This place has taken my father and my mother. It will not have me.
We gotta move, now!
Oh, I do love a good mystery.
Barovia is mine, and so are you.
And for the 37th time, I'm going to say it. That is a great intro. I love it. It's so beautiful. Made by our very own Marissa. Marissa, thank you so much for that. It's so beautiful. So where were we last week? Well, last week a lot happened. You had finally found the Amber Temple, and you started where you entered the temple in a little side room through a crevice in the wall, where you found a couple of adventurers in need of help. They lost their fourth party member, and they implored your help to basically work together to try and find him. As a good guys that you are, you agreed with him, and you decided to go down a hallway. That hallway had some flaming skulls in there, and those are no bueno, and you tried to fight them, and the fight barely started, and the three heroes that you had found turned into doppelgangers, which they were, and they stabbed you in the back, but fiercely you defended yourselves, and you won, both against the flaming skulls and the doppelgangers. Well done there. You ventured deeper into the temple. You had a good look around. You found a couple of items. I believe you found a scroll with some passwords on there. You found a silver ewer. We had some fun with that word. And then you descended down the stairs to the Amber Vault, where previously in the Book of Strahd, you had found that Strahd himself went down to make a deal with, well, almost quite literally the devil. You went down there, and you found none other than Escher waiting for you, ready to make a deal with one of the other gods. He did so before your eyes, and when he did that, he showed his powers immediately by resurrecting none other than the monstrous form of Dr. Daskalu. But you wouldn't have that, because Kazariel just banished him to another realm, and, well, surprise, surprise, he came from the Sword Coast, so they're gonna have to deal with that. But you guys don't, so he was gone, and I was surprised, because DMs don't prepare for that kind of shenanigans. You defeated Escher, and with a fierce strike, the puppet master of John, essentially his patron for his warlock skills, is no more, thereby leveling any pact that you had with him, and any debt that debt that you had with him would be paid. And that is where you were. You're still in that room, and I imagine that you guys will want to venture forth from there. I think that pretty much covers everything, right? Or did I forget anything?
I think that's it.
Yeah. Alrighty. In that case, the floor, once again, is yours. You're standing in the amber vault just below the library with a dead Escher at your feet and 2 amber sarcophagi still intact. A third one broken on the floor. What do you do?
John's just standing over Escher and staring at him.
You all right, John?
I'll be fine.
Why do you look sad?
I'm not sad, I don't know what I expected.
What do you mean? You expected him to be more powerful?
No, I'd hoped to be able to He had to be stopped. He would have unleashed something on this land and me to stop him, so he had to be stopped. I don't feel any different, though.
That's good.
Is it? Maybe something might live on within him. He doesn't feel any shift.
How about you? How are you two? Are you okay? Carla, are you hurt? He hit you with his blade, I saw.
Nothing I can't handle. I'm more hurt that I suppose the surprise is up. We kind of see what he traded with the god for. Maybe there isn't some big prize in here to help us defeat Strahd, at least not with the gods.
Well, I don't know if I should tell you this or not, but I don't think that god is a one-trick pony. You know, it might have more powers. That was just what Escher wanted. Maybe it can grant you something else. I'm gonna walk over to Escher, and I'm gonna rear back and kick the shit out of him with everything I have. Just kick him as hard as I can.
Roll me a strength check.
Oh boy. Just straight strength?
Yeah.
15.
All right, you kick a couple of teeth out of his mouth, and he's no longer the pretty boy that he used to be.
Bastard. Oh, does he have anything on him? Any items?
He has a rapier on him, which upon a quick inspection doesn't seem to be magical. He has some very fancy clothes on him, but they seem to be rather crimson in some places.
For all of his high and mighty aspirations, I guess this is his tomb as well. I'm gonna look over at Carla and the amber tombs. What's going on with her?
She kind of like is shifting her gaze between all of them. Her eyes are just wide, with fascination. Like Escher was interesting and now he's dead, but these are much more interesting. So she's first going to go over to the one that's broken and kind of look through the rubble a little bit and just kind of see what she can parse from it. If she can parse anything.
Between the other two amber sarcophagi, which seem to be like energetic, by the way, if you're not directly looking at them, that is all fine. If you are directly looking at them at some point, do let me know. But for the one that is on the ground, the two on the side emanate a certain, like it's almost a heartbeat. Even though you don't hear it, you can sort of feel it in your body when you get closer to it. The one that is broken obviously does not. There are amber shards on the ground, which are not nearly enough to make up an entire amber sarcophagus. It almost looks like this thing exploded.
I'm going to take one of the shards from this particular rubble and keep it with me. Okay. Because that would be something related to Vampire. And then I'm going to turn to the sarcophagi that wasn't related to Zidane, the other one in the room.
Okay.
And I'm going to look at that one.
All right. As you look at it, a voice very slowly fills your head. And you hear, I need only the moon as my light, as my way to hunt like the wolf for its prey. Accept my dark gift and stalk your enemies like a wolf and rip their beating hearts from their chests. And an image fills your head of apparently someone that was just speaking to you.
Aye. No, thank you. And she's going to try and turn away from the sarcophagus, especially with that image.
You can.
Looking around the room at the other stuff that's there, can I figure out anything else? There looks like there's statues around from the map, but
give me an investigation check and I'll see what I can tell you. Like there's a couple of things I want to tell you, but give me a check and 29. I'll see how much. Okay. So everything then.
Got a 19 plus 10.
Start in the left top hand corner and do not stop until you get all the way around the room.
There are exactly 11,377 bricks in this room.
Yes. No, when she's investigating, what she's looking for is generally anything like the animated, like Scooby-Doo's, when something would be animated a little bit more, like where it's definitely a clue. She's
now I'm
looking
hearing that music in my head.
Things.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. So, generally, anything, interesting items, anything that could be a secret passageway, any scrap of information that she can parse from the room is what she does when she investigates.
Fair. Looking around, there's a couple of crates, which I imagine you will look into where you can. They're all not sealed, so looking inside, there are just some basic materials in here. Doesn't seem like there's anything cool. However, one of them actually contains what seems to be some armor and other stuff. I will go over those in a second. Other than that, the room looks symmetrical, which is a thing that you might or might not have noticed about the temple. The temple is really symmetrical everywhere. This room is as well. There are 4 statues, or rather, there are 3 statues, but one is missing where you would expect a 4th. 2 of them are holding books. The one that is still there is not, but is holding a hand stretched out. These statues look decorative. There's not really any reason to suspect otherwise. Where the 4th statue should be, you notice that there is a gaping hole in the wall. And if you would look into that, you notice that it is actually a bit of a fissure into a room beyond.
So where the statue used to be, this seems to be a room beyond, is what she says. And she'll walk up to the statue across the way, and she'll start reading out the words that she had found from both the scrolls and from Kazan. So she says first, she looks at this particular statue and goes, Schlax,
Nothing happens.
Mevaris,
Nothing happens.
Arkotha,
Nothing happens.
Thanbog.
Nothing happens.
Interesting.
In the middle of
Alright.
this investigation, while she's doing these really big brain smart things, you just see Kasariel take out a steak, twirl it in her hand, dump some holy water on it, and she's gonna plunge it into the middle of Escher's chest.
And Escher's body will very fiercely react to that. His eyes will actually open, even though they still look glossy like someone who has died. And then his body seems to shrivel away.
I take my steak back, twirl it, put it back in my pack. Did you find something, Kala?
She casually says.
I mean, there's something in this crate here.
There is indeed. As you get close to the crate to inspect it further, you notice that there is a magic emanating from the items in this crate. Interesting.
I'll cast Identify then, on whatever I can get my hands on.
I'll give you a blanket investigation on all the items since they're all in one crate.
Okay.
In the crate, there is some gold plate armor. There is some black plate armor. There is a golden sword. There is a golden shield. There is a golden necklace with a blue stone, like a sapphire. And there is a golden great axe in there.
I don't think gold is a particularly strong metal. Strange that it's all made from it.
Some of the equipment.
Casting. Sorry, go on.
Some of the equipment that they had back at the monastery of in the temples of Saloon. They did have some gilded equipment, but it was typically reinforced and worked by the workmen under Saloon's influence, and was often stronger than steel.
So, what was the spell you cast again? Just to be sure.
Identify. She'll start picking up
Alright.
items and kind of
Cool.
do that. So it
I'll
lets
go-
me know basically if there's magic in the object and what it
Yep.
is, basically.
I had to ask.
She'll start with the
Start with
necklace
it.
for sure.
All right, starting with the necklace. Cool. It seems that the necklace, when worn, will give you advantage on an ability check of your choice.
Ooh.
But as you hold the item, you notice that there is a discord in the otherwise pleasant melody of magical enchantments. It seems that the item is cursed. If you would attune to this item, you will, as long as you remain cursed, will not be able to take off this necklace. And when you use the necklace's magic to gain an advantage on your ability check, your next 2 ability checks are made with disadvantage.
Oh, it's a shame. It's so pretty.
Makes very important ability check. I'd like to jump really high 2 times. Anyway.
Okay. That for sure. Okay. As she's parsing through the rest of the objects, can she tell that they're all kind of in the same realm where they have like a curse on them?
They're all exactly like that. They grant a buff of various degrees of awesomeness. Some of them are actually really nice, but they all come with a counterpart.
Do any stick out?
That depends. What are you looking for?
I can't really wear anything besides light armor. John has pretty good
Well-
armor. I suppose the shield would be good.
All right. The golden
can-
shield. Yes.
I'm curious. I'm just curious. Can you just go through them all? I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
It eats at you, doesn't it? Like there's all this magical
I just
stuff I
would like
want to
to know.
know. Yeah.
I need to know as well.
Cool. The golden plate armor first. While you're wearing this armor, you have resistance to one of the following damage types: bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing. And that is randomly determined by me once every day. There's a curse on it, however. And while you are cursed, you have vulnerability to the other two.
Hmm.
The black plate armor will give you 1 point of bonus to your AC, and you can understand and speak Abyssal. In addition, there are clawed gauntlets attached to the armor, and they will turn unarmed strikes with your hands into magical weapons that deal slashing damage with a +1 bonus to your attack rolls and a damage of 1d8. But there's a curse on it, of course. And while you're wearing this armor, you have disadvantage against attack rolls of any kind made by vampires.
Oh my god. What a campaign.
What to do, right?
So you've disadvantage on attack rolls from yourself to vampires. Is that what you said?
No, anything
Okay.
made anything against you, you will have
They
disadvantage
will have
against
advantage
savings.
on.
They'll have
Oh,
advantage,
saving
yeah.
throws.
Gotcha.
Got it. Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
Interesting.
Also, as a blanket thing for all these items, while you choose, if you choose to attune to one of these, they will be bound to you, quite literally. It's going to take a lot to get it removed from your body. If you throw an item away, it'll just reattach itself to your body.
creepy.
For the golden sword, you have a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls with this weapon. That's it, unfortunately. But there's a curse on it. While you're attuned to this weapon, you have a disadvantage on attack rolls made with this weapon. With other weapons other than this one. So this one will have a bonus. Other weapons that you're using will have disadvantage. And in addition, while the sword is on your person, you must succeed on a wisdom saving throw whenever you take damage in combat. On a failed save, you must attack the creature that damaged you until they drop to 0 hit points, or until you can't reach the creature to make a melee attack against it.
Okay, that one's not so bad.
It's not the worst. The golden shield, while you're holding that, you have resistance to damage from ranged weapon attacks of all kinds, except magical. But, as a curse, whenever a ranged weapon attack is made against a target within 10 feet of you, the curse causes you to become the target instead. And those do hit.
Yeah, that's awesome. You become a magnet.
You become an arrow magnet. Yeah.
Oh, you missed. Oh, God. We're in the back.
And finally, the golden great axe. You gain a +1 bonus to your attack and damage rolls made with this weapon. In addition, once you are attuned to this weapon, your hit point maximum increases for 1 for each level that you have attained thus far. However, there is a rather annoying curse on this. As long as you remain cursed, you are unwilling to part with the axe, keeping it within reach at all times. You also have disadvantage on attack rolls with weapons other than this one, unless no foe is within 60 feet of you that you can hear or see. Whenever a hostile creature damages you while this axe is within your possession, you must make a DC 15 wisdom saving throw or go and attack them, yada yada, same as the sword.
Oh gosh.
So
So that's what it all does.
Carla's listing all this out to us while we're sitting on boxes and just.
Carla, in a very deep voice, says,
No, I produce the ghost of a very wise mustachioed man, and he tells us exactly what happens.
Amazing. Oh my gosh, is Busty like just Papa, but like in our game? Does Busty have a curly mustache? Can we make that canon?
Yes, that is now canon.
Thank
So
you.
you have minor illusion, and you're just doing this voice of the voice of Busty for all of us.
Perfect.
Well, we should keep it in the bag of holding if it'll fit.
Right, it absolutely will. Particularly because I think it would be very funny to give away to people. Well, not funny, but I think it would be a very good way to get back at enemies. You know. And also, a little trade with Ludmilla.
I don't like you. Here's a sword.
So she's going to start putting them all into her pack, and we could figure it out later. I really do need to do some inventory management. This is getting a little full. It isn't, but she's going to actually reach her hand in while she's kind of putting these items in, and she's going to pull out the doll that has witch bolt in it and attach it sort of to the side of her hip, just to keep that at the ready.
All right.
If you remember that we have the witch bolt doll. I was thinking about it. I was like, oh, how can I give myself more spells here? Okay. Yes. So that seems to be the case for everything in this temple. Nothing without a cost.
Yeah.
There's not really anything else in this room for now. Will we delve deeper?
Casariel's going to look from the statue that Carla's standing at and was inspecting before the crate to the... Does it look like the wall was blown apart, basically?
Not blown apart. It looks like it naturally caved in because of, say, an earthquake or something. And you have dark vision, right? So you can see through.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what do I see?
Looking at the fissure and beyond that, you notice that there is a room beyond. The room
There's
itself,
a room beyond
however, yes, shocker. However, the thing that is blocking your vision over there seems to be a rather sizable statue. Looks like it's made completely of amber, and it's standing in your way.
Fuck off statue in the next room.
Oh, that might be the one that needs all these fucking fuck off words to get through. Let's see. All right. I'm going to give it a go if it attacks me. Try to save me. Could use it.
Oh, one moment. Are there any pieces of amber that I could just pick up and keep?
There's a couple where the sarcophagus of Vampire was. There's a couple of pieces on the ground. Carla picked one up of that.
Mm-hmm. I'll produce it and show her.
Is it the same thing that we found in the bear cave?
More or less, yeah. It's different shape, of course, because it's a shard, but yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take a shard of amber as well. Just, you never know.
Are you wearing gloves, Casario?
I don't think I'm wearing any gloves. Nope. And you know what's funny about that? Is when you touched the cursed items earlier, I was like, ooh, she should have used her mage hand. Shit.
Okay. Can you roll me a Constitution saving throw?
You got it. Constitution saving throw?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 16.
Okay. Continue.
Fabulous.
That's
I hate
a
it.
wonderful. Yep.
Okay. Everything's fine.
All right, John up all this time has been sitting on the box and sort of like glancing down at his weapon and just sort of looks very deep in thought. And when you guys start moving towards this, he'll stand up and start following.
Okay.
Carla,
you don't have dark vision, do you?
Oh Lord, no. Halflings are a lot of things.
You can't see anything beyond the very dim glow of the amber sarcophagi towards this fissure.
Casario did cast light on us at some point, if that's still up. I should cast it on my magnifying glass.
Right.
After
Not the cantrip. I will cast it again.
And that is fair. That'll cover that. Okay.
Go beans.
Yeah, I'll kind of hold it up as I'm walking in.
I'm going to stand right behind Carla so that I can grab her shoulder and pull her out of harm's way if anything happens.
Okay.
I'm going to stand behind John so that I can try to pull John out of the way if anything happens.
The worst codependent group ever.
The one who can actually see the back of the group. I love this. This is perfect.
Gold statue. Go for it.
Yes. Oh, God.
Hello.
Hi.
The second you come within reach of the statue comes to life, turns around, and lifts one of its arms. Do you intend to retreat?
I'll start screaming out the passwords. I'll be like, Schlax, Mayvars, Harkotha, Thanbog, seeing if any of those work.
In that case, you may roll for initiative.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
19.
Oh. No.
Do I get any bonus to initiative from anything that's happened recently? No, I don't think so. Damn it.
What would you have, Casariel?
10.
2.
10.
I roll with advantage on initiative. FYI. I rolled an 8 and 2. Oh no.
Hey, it could be worse, right? It could be 9.
I got a 2.
Yeah, I guess.
It could be very worse.
Thanks.
So also, as you're starting this up, anybody who's watching right now, I need a recut of what just happened, all with Scooby-Doo music playing over it. I have to have that now. If anyone wants to make that, I will heavily promote it.
Alrighty. So,
Shit.
as you start yelling these obscenities to the statue makes an attack towards you, and it lifted its arms and slams down on you. Both of his arms, trying to do double attack. One for an 18.
Hits, yeah, for sure.
And one for a 26.
Oh, those both hit. Yeah. Yeah, those,
Right.
those do.
Hang on to your breeches. That is 38 points of bludgeoning damage.
The exact amount of health I had, I'm down.
Okay.
I am down.
Well, it is your turn, so feel free to make me that saving throw. I shouldn't be laughing at this, but that is just...
Has it been longer than... Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, has it been longer than
Oh, hang on.
10
What did you roll?
minutes?
I rolled a natural 1.
Oh god, that's 2 fails.
You're
Yeah.
fine. We got this. You're fine. We got this. I'm right here.
Okay.
So when she falls onto like a really sharp rock. Like that's the natural. Anyway. She's fine. Wait, natural 1. Can't you re-roll natural 1? This is lucky.
Not for death saves.
Not on death saving
damn it.
throws.
Ability
Good
checks,
battle.
attacks. Not death saves.
Okay.
Casariel, might
Yep.
I implore you to do something?
Oh, shit. So Casariel will, Yep, Casariel's going to, run over to Kala. And I will, looking at the levels of spells I have, I will cast, ooh, I know what I'll cast. Casariel is going to actually not move towards Carla, but she's going to see what happens. And so she starts moving her hands and she swirls as sort of like purple radiant moonlight begins to swirl around her. I'm going to cast Aura of Life.
Beautiful.
Cool. That's such a good spell.
It is.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's not the right one.
Damn it.
It is
Or
Aura of Vitality.
That's the one.
Not Aura of Life, yes. I'm sorry.
I
The one that
actually
gives you
thought
hit points.
Yeah, I thought that was the one you had done.
Yes.
Life and vitality are the same.
Okay, so and then I'll use my bonus action to give Carla 5 hit points.
Straight hit points, not temporary.
No, it's regular
Real
hit
hit
points.
points.
5.
Oh,
5.
okay. Does that bring me back up? Is that what that does?
That should
Yeah,
bring you
yeah,
back
right.
up. Yep.
We're back up with
Cool.
5 hit points.
Cool. Okay. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Okay, so not a guardian to a thing. Oh, dear.
All right. Anything else, Casariel?
Well, no. Yes. I will step back here. That's it for me.
Alrighty. John.
So I'm gonna tell you what I want to try to do, and you can tell me if it works. I want to essentially impose myself between Carla and the thing and push her back, like basically pull her back, but with her being shielded by me, so that if this thing attacks, it doesn't hit her. Like kind of like if I slip her, I grab her and fling her backwards through my legs out the door.
I can allow that without a rule of cool, because I was thinking about a cool rule of cool thing, but I can allow that because if you pull her back, that is an involuntary move that does not invoke a attack of opportunity, so you're fine.
Cool.
You can do
Okay,
that.
that's awesome. So yeah, I'm gonna grab her and essentially pull her out the door away from the thing, and I don't know how far I can get her.
5 feet.
Okay. Oh, then
Or like over there.
All right, cool. And then I will essentially step over and stand in front of her. Is that? I'm imagining that's action, or what do I have left?
Pulling her back like that is an action. Yes.
Okay, cool. So
I do want to make sure, Carla, you're okay with this because it's your character.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Back from the
Just
dead,
making
absolutely.
cool. So I'm gonna stand in front and be at the ready. I was gonna say I think I casted Shield of Faith on the last encounter, which would have killed Stoker.
It's no longer here. Actually.
Yeah, so Stoker be gone. So yeah, that's my I'm gonna stand there and
all right,
and look cool.
Cool. The Amber Golem turns back to its original position.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit. Fucking. Oh.
All right. Everybody get close. I pull out the staff.
Wait, before you do that, John.
Yes.
Don't you see me sparkling? One moment. Let my spell do its thing.
Oh, right.
Don't you see that Casariel is a pretty girl?
Yes.
That's 8 more hit points.
All right, we're just gonna chill here while Carla heals up. And I could use a little bit too if there's any left after then.
Okay, that's 9 hit points.
Okay.
Let me
This
know.
is that role-playing game. This is that role-playing game element where when you're outside of combat, leaning against the wall, you heal up back again.
So Carla is going to, as you're sort of like healing her up with her aura, she's going to sort of like hum a little tune to you and give you inspiration, and you can roll an extra d8 with whatever your next thing is. Because one of the things of my bardic is if you have an inspiration die from me, you can choose to add a d8.
Amazing.
Well, my
new
bardic.
dice.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, I got an 8 on the new dice. Tell you what. Okay. 8 plus 6, 12 plus 1, 13.
Whew.
How we doing? How you looking?
That's a big hit.
Okay,
Half.
okay, it's good. We're good. We're good. So many more.
Good.
That's 12.
Yep.
10.
I'm up to full.
Perfect.
And
all right.
I could use a little bit.
John. Alrighty, we got you. 8.
Alrighty. And if you need any, also like I'm near top, but I'm still away.
That's 5. Okay, 10.
All right, I'm practically top. I'm 1 away, but so there's a nick on his cheek, and that's it.
6. 10 points. Are you full now?
So yeah, I'm full. If
I have one more after this.
Yeah, use it on yourself if you need it. Oh, okay, then
No.
I'm full.
All good.
I had 1 to spare. Okay. This is a great spell.
All right, so John's while you're healing us, John's staring at the statue to make sure if it moves again, he's ready, but it's not moving.
It's pretty motionless for a statue.
Hmm.
All right, whatever you
try
said
something.
to it, it didn't like that.
No, I don't think it liked me being near it, but I do want to try something. I believe I have. Oh no, we did a long rest. Okay, so I have my creatures back, my little creatures. So I'm going to bag of tricks.
Smash.
6.
if memory serves, that is actually a baboon. But let me check. Let me have a look at your inventory.
Oh, is it in my inventory? Oh, freaking is. Okay, I can actually check it myself then. It's a giant weasel.
Of course it is. A giant weasel. All right. And of course I have a token for that if you give me a second.
His name is Ron Weasley.
Sure.
Or it could just be Ron. It could just be Ron. Ron the Weasel.
It's Weezer. His name is Weezer, Buddy Holly. Bard back in Neverwinter, really like him. Yeah, so I'm going to pull out the weasel. And I'm immediately going to turn it invisible. I'm going to cast invisibility on it.
Okay, there it is, by the way. Isn't it the cutest? And you turn it invisible.
Yes, and I'm going to say, go up to that statue and see if it can sense you even though you're invisible. Go down.
I can't do a weasel impression. The weasel does weasel noises and walks over to the statue. I was like, it's probably going to sound like a squirrel or something, but I honestly don't know.
Weasel, squirrel, you know, potato.
Yeah.
It runs over to the statue, and nothing happens.
Okay, so I think we would be able to sneak past it, mayhaps, if we had invisibility up on us. Because I don't really see where the fuck else we would go. Unless we want to go back up, go down that secret staircase, and try again.
No, there's too much of import down in this temple.
You have a way to make us all invisible.
Oh, yes, I do. I have a high enough spell slot to do that.
All right.
Okay, so Carla will cast invisibility on herself, John, and Casariel. Yeah, it's third level. Yeah, so she's going to do that, and then going to push sort of John in front, because I imagine he can still sort of like sense me because he has his blind side. I'm going to be like, you go first, because you can really take a hit. We've learned that I cannot.
Yeah, you want the weasel to be there, just where it is?
Yes.
Okay.
The weasel is uninvisible?
Oh, yeah, it would be.
No, it's...
It would be visible now because I've casted a spell.
That's why I'm asking. The second it turns visible again, the statue just stomps it. Like, there's no way.
Oh. Oh, it's terrible. It's awful. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Pop goes the Weezer. And
No.
John didn't say that. John didn't say that. So John's going to approach very tentatively towards it, and as he gets within where Carla was, does it seem to make any moves towards him?
Not at all. After it's squished the weasel, it turns back to its standing form, and it just stands there, motionless.
All right. He's going to turn around and sort of like tap Carla on the shoulder and whisper, "I'm going." And then he'll move forward and try to move around the statue.
You can.
With the light from Carla guiding the way somewhat. Or if that's still happening. I guess not.
Oh, feel free to move forward. One more. Serial.
Okay. No, go ahead and do the uh-oh thing.
Okay,
I'll just wait over here.
Want to make sure.
Also, I don't think the light would work.
Yeah, no, the light's probably not on.
As you step forward through the chasm and next to the statue, those that can see in the dark will very clearly notice a glitter just beyond the statue. And for a second, I imagine you think it couldn't be. But it seems it is. A temple like this, of course, would have a vault of some kind. And yes, you might have found the vaults of the Amber Temple. There is heaps and mounds of gold and treasure here. On the adjacent side of this room, there are 2 doors, of course, made of amber.
So I don't think me and Carla know this yet.
No, we have to get, I think, another 5 feet into the room in order to see anything.
Honestly, John, you have blind sight, so I think by you should.
So I can like sense the shapes of things, so I know there's mounds of something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And like you'll see what that is. Like, let's be fair.
Yeah. So Sean's going to try to like guide Carla past the thing, and also not let her trip on the gold. Keep it like an arm to steady if she starts falling. But once we get past it, he'll, I guess. We're in a room with lots of piles of what seems to be coins.
Oh my goodness. Oh wait, no, this is probably where the sword is. I think they mentioned that it's in the vault.
Casariel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go ahead. You wanted to say something. You first.
This seems a bit too good to be true, and also guarded by something that I don't really think. This is. I'm suspicious of this. Just be careful. Don't touch anything.
Casariel, as you move through this chasm and beyond the statue, and you also very clearly see these piles of treasure, you, because you have your dark vision, will also notice that each of the 6 piles of treasure have a sign on the wall above it. And it is written in common. You can very clearly see what it says. The 4 signs read Argynvost, Vakter, Abbey, Temple, Druids, and Alms.
Does she let us know that?
I actually am going to cast Eyes of Night on both of them. So now you all have dark vision for 1 hour, up to 300 feet, but only for 1 hour. So we gotta.
Nice.
Do you think did someone break in or something break out of this place?
You mean concerning the fissure? Unless they didn't share that with you, that is a natural cause. That is what Casariel deducted already.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
At first glance, to me, it looks like these are the piles of treasure being hoarded from each group.
Yes.
Taken
yes,
from them or given by them.
Carla, with that, is going to like really try to examine the treasure. Now, she's not going to touch it. Not going to touch it, but she is going to examine it to see if she can find the sword, particularly in the Argynvost pile. And she wants to see if she can find the gem in the druid pile.
Fair enough. Give me a investigation check.
Okay. That's a 27.
Why do I even bother?
My passive is 20, if it helps.
That definitely helps. Okay. A 20? Really? You just passively know everything.
When I start into roll, because also going to get even worse on either side as well.
I mean, God, with that, I'm just going to give you what is in all the piles. Like, that is just...
We need some reliable talent in there.
In the Argynvost pile, you notice that there is roughly 8,000 gold worth of coins. There are a couple of gemstones in there, which I actually have to roll for. That is... 44 gemstones, which are worth at least 50 gold each.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a flame tongue greatsword there. It doesn't look like the sword you were looking for, but it looks like a magical sword nonetheless.
Very fun.
In the Vakter treasure pile, there is 12,000 gold pieces. There is a mithril chain shirt, and there is a long sword, which looks very pretty. It is not the sword you were looking for. In the Abbey treasure pile, there is 4,200 gold pieces, more or less. There is an amulet of health and a potion of supreme healing. Underneath all the gold, you think you see a glitter of light. On the other side of the room, in the amber temple pile, you see some 3,200 gold coins. There is a wand of the war mage over there, and a robe of useful items. You also notice that there is a scroll of paper. It's rather large, and it looks bluish in color.
Oh, that's definitely the Ravenloft.
On the druid's pile, there's 1,400 gold. There is a ring that looks carved from bone and has animal depictions on it. And there is a staff which is adorned with a skull on it at the top. The final pile, which is called the Alms for the Poor pile, has 1,800 gold, some 5,000 silver, and about 10,000 copper.
10,000 copper. Okay.
All in all,
Cheapskate.
this is a lot of money.
That's a fuck ton of money. I don't care about it. We're never going to be able to spend this. Okay. I have to be so smart about what I want to do. I have a, like, tapestry from Argynvost in my bag of holding.
Yes.
I took it down. What I remember of it, is it large enough to cover the statue's line of sight?
Do you want to throw it over the statue?
I'm going to get close to the statue and then mage hand it up over the statue.
So, wall tapestries are kind of like rugs. And while they are clothy, they will not like drape over something like a dish rag. They will just fold over and probably slide off.
Okay.
So technically, yes, but you probably won't be able to balance that. You can try.
Well, if I send my mage hand up with it to hold it there, would
It will
that
become
work?
visible.
It would become visible. Well, yeah, the mage hand is visible. But
Will we?
we would, but it would be over the statue's line of sight. That's what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to cover its eyes.
Do you think we could take it, Casario?
I really can't do a lot of actions while I'm invisible, which is why I'm trying to.
Hard. Okay, let's talk this out before we do anything, right?
Yeah.
So, Madam Eva did tell us the sword we're looking for lies in a pile of treasure beyond amber doors. Right? This fits all the bills.
Yes.
I'm assuming that you told us what you...
Yeah. I point out sort of all the stuff that I mentioned.
No.
Okay.
I pointed out the important stuff. I didn't say she knew exactly 8,000 gold, but yeah.
There are doors over there that perhaps we should... You know, because it said one pile of treasure. This is 6 piles of treasure. It seems too good to be true, does it not? I mean, all these items.
We need to know our escape routes, just in case.
Okay. And also we did promise Kazan we would only go for the items we came here for. As much as I am loath to leave this amount of gold, I will keep that promise.
Exactly, because really, these items are incredible.
If she could see you, she would be like trying to get your attention and just be like,
No,
would
she
you
could see me.
like to deal?
Oh, right.
No, yeah. if you would like to deal with a very undead wizard who's been living a little bit past his prime, that's up to you, but not up to me.
Did we specifically say the wand of the war mage we would never take? We're not taking gold. I mean, we are trying to save the world, are we not?
Oh, but still.
I'm gonna. All right. Are you guys ready? I'm just gonna check to see what's on the other side of these doors. To see what our escape might be.
Right.
All right. Just a thought. What lies beyond those doors might be a fuck off who knows what.
I would like to crack the door and like almost like they'll sidle up to a door and open it and just crack and look through one direction to the right
Go
side.
ahead.
All
And
right.
also the statue will notice the as he does it.
As you touch the door, you notice that it's locked, and you hear a very subtle sound as if a magic spell is unleashed. Dispel magic flows through the room, and the three of you become visible. The statue
crazy.
comes alive. We'll return to the turn follow that we had.
All right.
The statue will move towards you. And it can make it this far. And it will raise both of its fists and cast slow on the three of you. I need a wisdom saving throw of all three of you.
Six.
9.
27.
There it
That's
is.
better.
Yeah.
All right. Casariel, you're fine for now.
Okay.
John, Carla, you are both under the effects of the stone golem's slow spell, which means that for the coming minutes, you can only take either an action or a bonus action, not both, in your turn, and your movement speed is halved. Reactions are also not possible.
How is
Holy
it moving
shit.
so fast?
Carla,
Oh,
you're next.
shit. Carla is going to cry in a ball. I'm going to use my action, and only my action, to cast Witch Bolt using the doll at this amber creature.
All right.
Okay, so let me look up what Witch Bolt does. Okay. Should have been prepared. Okay. Alright, okay, so I have to make a ranged spell attack. Okay, that's not
Yes.
too bad.
You will do so with disadvantage, though, because he's standing next to you.
That's A-okay. My disadvantage was 8. 23 to hit.
Wow, that's great, and that hits.
Nice.
Yeah, I got a 15 and a 17. Very lucky. Okay, so it's going to take a D12, sorry, of lightning damage, and it's going to continue to take that for every fucking round as well. Where the fuck is my D12? Do I have one? Don't get one.
Sorry, I love this music. It's so fire.
Right?
Okay. Okay, so that is a 10 lightning damage, and
Lovely.
on each of my turns, for the duration, I can use my action to deal more, basically. And I'm going
Yes.
to try to just move out of the way. So I have 25, so that halves to about like 10.
Yep.
I'm going to move 10 feet that way.
All right. It will make an attack of opportunity against you
in its range.
for a
no.
25
Oh yeah, that hits.
for 19 points of bludgeoning
Oh,
damage.
god damn.
Oh. Hey, okay, cool. Okay, cool. I'm out of its range though, that's all that matters. That's awful. Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. Casario.
All right. Casariel will look at it, and she's going to clasp her symbol of Saloon, and she's going to reach her hand out and say, a command. She's going to cast command. She's gonna say something. It's gonna be real cool.
That is a what saving throw?
It is a wisdom saving throw. DC 17, please.
Okay. You notice that as you use magic on the statue, it almost consumes the magic. And though it might have some effect on it, you have a feeling that the magic itself is being meddled with. In this case, meaning I have advantage on my roll.
Okay.
And that is a 17.
Ooh, meets it. Beats it?
Beats it. So, so the save
DC
beats it.
17.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Yeah.
What would she?
I was almost going to say you got it, but...
Shit. Yes. Great. So, unfortunate. I will, I'm gonna move. 10, 15. Am I moving out of its range?
It already made an
Not yet.
opportunity attack.
Wait, if I don't
I'm
move
not
out of its range, it can't make one,
No,
right?
it already made one on Carla this round.
Yeah. It's not a machine gun. It can only do one.
Thank you. Mechanics in. Okay. Right, so I'm not going to move over here then. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to move back over here.
You're cool.
Cool.
That's the end of my turn.
John.
You can play at that game. And I
I'm
cast.
sorry, I'm slowed. A half
No,
movement.
you're not.
I'm
You're not
sorry.
slowed, right? You beat it.
Okay.
No, you're not.
You
You made it.
Yeah. So I cast Shadow Spawn right in front of the creature. Summon Shadow Spawn.
Okay.
And
So you want Stoker again?
Stoker comes back up, and now it has its movement reduced by 20 feet if it's within 5 feet of Stoker.
Two could play that game. Oh. Also, hi, Stoker. That's
So that was my action, and I believe my full turn because of that. I'm gonna
Correct.
I'm gonna move my 10 feet of movement to essentially have Stoker behind it and me in front of it, and I'm gonna try to block it from Carla.
cool.
And that's good. Stoker's gonna attack.
Yes, he can.
So Stoker like just leaps up and latches onto his heel and tries to bite him for 17 plus 10, 27 to hit.
That hits.
All right, and that is going to be 5 plus 6, 11 cold damage.
That hits.
So it's basically just latched on, just growling as it sinks its shadowy fangs into the amber.
Hang on, I think I have a sound for that. There we go.
Yes. All right. So yep, that's
All right. The Amber Golem turns with John as he tries to move past him. He raises his arms and he tries to punch John twice. That is once for a 22
Yep, that hits.
and once for a 14.
That does not hit.
All right.
So he tries
The
to
one
cast
that-
shield and he's too slow and he gets hit in the face.
Yeah, I'll work with that. That is 19 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow! John is not such a pretty girl anymore.
John's a bloody girl.
Oh god.
The Bloody Mary.
I'm so glad
There we go.
that Casario filled us up before this. Oh.
Yep.
Carla, your turn.
Another d12 to this bastard. That's going to be a 7 lightning damage to him.
Alrighty.
And I'm going to move 10 feet up this way.
Okay.
Am I moving towards the pile that had the light? The Abbey pile?
The Abbey pile is on the west side of the whatchamacallit?
I don't know.
The,
I don't know how to
the
tell you.
vault.
I'm
So it's on the
directionally.
other side.
The left side.
Okay.
It spells
Yeah,
we. W-E.
That's
Okay.
a good one.
Yeah.
I like
No, I
that.
always know.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
never-
I like
yeah.
that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay. Great. So then I'm moving exactly where I need to.
How do you know about
Great.
north and south? Though?
All right.
Also, left is the L on your hand. Left,
Yes.
other
I
side's
did
right.
it.
That's also.
So your
You're
left hand
welcome.
is an asshole. It's always calling you a loser.
Anyways.
Sorry.
Yep, that is my turn.
Awesome. That brings us to Casario.
Ooh. Cool. Cool. All right. Once again, Casario will reach her hand up in the air, and a sphere appears in 30 feet around her. Little lightning strikes begin to pop against the ground. It's all purple. She looks super badass. I'm going to channel my divinity.
Yep.
And I'll use Twilight Sanctuary.
Yep.
So that is my action. Bonus action. Okay. Is there anything I could? Probably not. I can't search any of these piles as a bonus action. That'd be an action. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So. Yeah, I think I'm in a good spot. I'm gonna stay here.
Okie dokie.
That's it for me.
I always do love adding these lighting effects.
Oh, they are
to the video.
amazing.
Like, it just works, right?
I like how
Awesome.
the piles
that brings us-
actually block the light in certain ways. That's amazing.
Right?
That's so
yeah.
cool.
John, brings us to you.
So does slow have any effect on multi-attack? On if I take the attack action, can I still attack twice?
Your second attack is technically a bonus action, isn't?
No, because
no, it isn't, because if you're
twice.
Correct. That's not a bonus action. You can.
Yay! Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and whack it. Well, I'm going for the shins. This thing is tall, right?
Yes, this
Okay.
thing is large.
So Stoker's on one of the legs. I'm gonna attack the other. I'm gonna try to get it to fall down. Here we go.
All right,
First
let's
attack is a 17 plus 6, so
That
23.
hits.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my last spell slot for a smite on this bad boy.
All right.
Because I can't use my spell slots for actions anyway right now. So that is gonna be ooh, lots of sixes. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. That's 6 times 3, 18 plus 7. That's 25 plus 16. So 31 damage.
Give me a breakdown of what kind of damages those are.
Okay, so good point. The 11 plus 16 is magical bludgeoning, so that's going to be 27.
Okay. Noted.
27 magical bludgeoning, and then I have
That
an
hits.
additional 12 plus 2, so 14 radiant damage.
Okay, and those hit too. Cool.
So that was actually 41 damage, not 31. Wow.
Correct.
Hot damn. Smites are awesome. Okay. Oh, no. Sorry. -2 on the radiant damage because it's not undead, I imagine.
Correct.
Okay.
No.
So yeah, I rolled the extra D8 and that was my special one was 2. So yeah, that was you probably know what numbers that were, right?
You want to do a second attack?
Yeah. So I'm going to do my second attack, and this one I have no smites left. So let's I got a
Does slow affect
15.
us at all? Sorry, but chat's kind of helping us out. Does slow affect bonus action or second attack, any of that
Yeah,
stuff?
it does remove
Not
bonus
second
action.
attack, but
Okay.
it does. Yeah, it does remove bonus actions.
Okay.
Yep. So you can do an action or a bonus action. I can't do either, and this is all one
Correct.
action. So 15 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay. So yeah, I imagine the first one hits and the second one hits but glances off.
Yeah, you get like that boing
Yep.
kind of effect when you hit it. Yeah.
And it's more like for me. And then Stoker's gonna go ahead and just refocus its bite. And he gets a 12 to hit. So he's just hanging on.
How much was that?
The 12 to hit.
Nope.
Yeah.
That does not hit.
Nope.
Alrighty. The golem doubles its effort to attack John and attacks you twice. Once for a 19.
That will hit.
And once for a 29.
That one won't. That one's not enough.
That one is off the chart. It doesn't count. That is 38 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. John takes 2 massive forearms to the head, and he's bleeding out his nose and one eye and one ear.
Noted. Carla.
Oh, you're muted, Carla. Sorry.
Sorry, my
all
mic,
good.
I'm still getting used to it. Yeah, so that's another roll of the lightning damage. That is going to be 8 lightning damage to it.
Noted.
And okay, so which of these 3 piles is reading Abby?
The middle one.
The middle. Oh, of course, the one near the golem. Thank you so much. Okay,
I'm
so
sorry, I didn't make
going,
the rules. Oh, wait, I do.
I'm going to move 10 feet that way. And that is going to be my action. My movement. So incredible.
Yeah, I'm 35 feet away from Kasariel, so no.
Yes,
no,
I'm sorry.
no,
I was
it's all good.
checking that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good.
Sorry.
It's all good.
Kazariel, your turn.
How bad is John looking?
He's looking pretty bad. He's looking like another hit might do him in.
He goes before the golem.
The golem just hit me, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you got healing. All right, great. So I'm going to I'm gonna step closer. Mm-hmm.
That's so cool.
I don't think magic. Fuck. I'm gonna take out my sword. I'm gonna use my full movement to come to the front of it, and for the first time, Kasariel is going to take this sword and just take a swing at this golem with her regular sword. With her. Sorry, it's the skeletal paladin sword. Sir, he has a name.
Sir Lingorovich.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. It's right here in my notes. Sir Lingovich. Yes. Mm-hmm.
It is a normal sword, but it is silvered.
Good to know. Okay. That's okay. That's an 8 to hit.
Okay. That does not hit.
Mm. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. So, okay. So I was here 5, 10, 15, 20. If I leave a space, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just going to stay here. And I'm going to go. I do have a bonus action. I'm not hasted. I'm going to say, hey, fucker. What? You don't think you can hit a girl? That's it.
I taunt with my bonus.
I taunt. I taunt.
It's amazing.
I will count it as such, so I made a roll for it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Cool.
Okay.
John.
All right. Having used every spell slot I have. With the hits that this thing has taken, does it look any different? Does it look like it's
There's some
cracking or
chips
anything?
here and
Okay,
there.
chips in here and there.
There's some chips here and there. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to. How many do I have? I'm going to put my hand to my chest and use 19 of my 20 lay on hands points.
Cleverly keeping that 1 point. Yes.
All right. So he holds his hand over his breastplate, and you see his hand like surges with radiant energy, and some of the blood coming out, like some of the scratches and stuff, start to knit closed, but not fully. He's still bleeding pretty heavily.
Yes.
And that, I believe, is my action. And Stoker continues his assault with a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, cool.
Oh no!
No.
How embarrassing! I'm sorry. It was just.
And
I did the whole wind up with the sword thing. Sorry.
It's all good. He got a 12 damage of cold damage. Yep. He just
12. Okay.
Yep.
What a moment. As he bites down on the ankle of this amber golem, for the first time you notice that a bit of liquid amber is leaking out.
Interesting. Okay. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that's my turn. He's just still there. In fact, actually, while he's doing that, he's gonna move slightly over here so he's right next to me, and farther away from Casario because he hurts Casario if he gets close to him. So.
And at the end of your turn, a little purple lightning bolt strikes down on you. You're gonna get 14.
Oh
temporary
God,
hit
that's thank you. That saved me. Oh, good stuff.
The Amber Temple feeling, sorry, not the entire Amber Temple, of course, that would be a bit too much.
points. Oh, shit.
The entire Amber Temple wakes up. The Amber Golem feels called out by your calling out to him. And he turns around, swinging his arms at you, Casario. For a 20, dirty, and a natural 20, making a 30.
Oh, shit. That's dead. They both hit. Ouchie, ouch, ouch.
Oh, but she has the adamantine. No criticals.
That is true.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for reminding me, because yes, that is very true. Yes,
okay.
It is not too terrible. You're still alive. We're not killing off your character just yet. You're fine.
I have also Death Ward, so.
Oh, that is fair. He caused Death Ward.
That's true. Okay, go.
But it does hit you for 38 points of bludgeoning damage.
38?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure I didn't hear that incorrectly. Ouch. Total?
Total. Yes, because non-crit.
Okay.
If it were critical, it would be a little higher.
Okay. Yes.
Cool. And that brings us to Carla.
Oh, wonderful. It's going to take 11 lightning damage, and I want to move 10 feet this way.
Nice. Keep it on the damage. That's very important.
Yeah, it's a smart move.
Yeah, I imagine she, like, chucked the doll at it, and, like, some of the amber molded around it, and it just keeps, like, tasing it.
It's flopping on the ground.
Yeah.
It's a little Tesla ball. It's a little Van de Graaff generator.
That's great.
Oh God, that's fantastic.
All right, that's it.
That's all I can do.
All right, ma'am. Casario.
Yeah, because Casario gets knocked out. Cool. She drops the sword, but as she sees Carla walk by her, she's gonna, like, super bloody. Kind of a lightning strike comes to you. You're gonna get 11 temporary hit points.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
That
much.
ability
I owe
is
you my
so
life.
clutch.
She's gonna wipe her mouth, which is pouring blood out. I use my action to push, carry, etc. Carla to the pile that she's headed towards.
That's really funny. I'm just getting shoved around this episode.
Oh, I don't want you to do another action move 10 feet. That's like 3 more
listen.
turns.
It's one more turn. It's
The
okay.
shove action would technically give her 5 feet of extra movement. So you would be able to shove her 5 feet, but you want to push her into the pile, right?
Yeah.
So that's basically a lunge. We're going to roll of coolness. That would require almost like a slingshot. Like, you know, you'd have to grab her arm and do like a hurly hurl, kind of like, here you go. I want you to roll me a strength save. Or just a normal strength check, that's fine too. Just do a normal strength. On a designated number of my choice, which I have in my head right now, if it succeeds, it succeeds. You will fling her into the pile of coins over there. But if it fails, she will only move 5 feet forward, so she'll still have a bit of bonus, but you will drop prone.
What? Oh,
Seems like a bad deal.
bad deal. Bad deal.
This whole
yeah,
place
no,
is
I'm
full
gonna
of
get
bad
there.
deals.
I'm gonna get there in my next turn, and at that point, it's okay. At that point, it's okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm going for the sword. I'm just going for the sword, and I'm hoping for the best.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, so Casario, that's her intent, right? She's
Yep.
swings the sword. Her intent is to help Carla, but as she gets punched, she drops the sword gonna wipe the blood off her mouth. And just to be sure I understand what's happening, we've all damaged it. And I probably don't know exactly what Stoker just did, but something that I noticed hurt it.
Let me put it this way: it's bloody.
Yeah, that's the
But it's not bloody because it's a stone statue.
Yeah.
amber goo.
Okay.
Amber goo is pouring out.
Amber goo. All right, I will. I don't have. Okay. Yeah. So Casariel, she gets punched. She wipes the blood off her hand, and her eyes go black, and the black ekes down her face into her veins, all the way down her chest, into her hands, and she's gonna reach out and grab it and cast Inflict Wounds.
Yes, that's what
Love
we're here
it.
for.
Okay.
That is necrotic damage, though, right?
It is. I know, that's why I only cast it at first level, because I don't know if it's gonna do anything.
All right, but it's cool though.
Yeah.
Okay. I just roll a normal. Okay. Oh no.
I believe that's the Constitution saving throw against that, right?
I think it's just an attack
no,
roll.
No, it's an attack. It's,
okay, cool.
11 plus 9 is 21.
That hits.
Okay. It is. Okay. 17. 26 points of necrotic damage. Ooh.
It works.
Let's go.
I imagine these, like, she touches it and the blackness seeps into it, and like this ink pool of ink almost starts spreading through the interior of the statue.
Like pulses.
Yeah.
I have to make one question though, and that is, you are still not wearing gloves, are you?
No.
Okay. Make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay.
When you stare into the abyss stares back.
I'm going to use my old new dice. Okay,
You mean the one that
Constitution
gave you like 4 natural 20s, yes, like last week?
save? Yeah. Constitution save, right?
Yes.
11.
Okay. That's 2. Yeah. Noted. Go on.
I hate it that he doesn't tell us what's happening.
I had like 10 wisdom saving throws that he didn't tell me the result of last time, so. Oh, God.
You're not out of the Amber Temple yet, my
Nope,
friend.
nope.
Yeah. And she's just still holding on to it as it like doom, doom,
I imagine
doom,
it's like
seeps into it.
stacking your addiction rates or something like that. Oh,
Yeah.
God. All right.
John.
Okay. Oh. Yeah.
All right. Feeling reinvigorated by the shimmering purple shield that Casario's electricity has provided and his own renewed health, he's going to lean back and he's going to try to hit both knees in the back of the knees to topple the thing. Now that it's looking at Casario, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and roll one. Oh, yeah. Okay, I got a 24, an 18 on the die. That would have been awesome. But
Yeah, that definitely hits.
24, okie doke. Let's go ahead and see how much that is. That is, double sixes. Oh, baby. 12 plus 16, that is 30. No, 12 plus 16, 28. Yeah, 28 magical bludgeoning damage.
Noted. Nice.
Cool. And then other roll. Oh, a 19. Oh, if I had Hexblade's Curse, that would have been a crit. Anyway, okay, so I hit both of his
19,
knees.
that hits.
Yep. And a 6 and a 3, so that's 9 plus 16, 25. 25 magical bludgeoning damage.
Noted. It's not looking too well.
And then Stoker sinks his fangs in one more time for a 25 to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
Please, come on.
8 on the die. That's going to be 8 plus 6, 14 cold damage.
He's still standing.
Okay, no worries. So yeah, basically he's knocking this thing, trying to get it to topple, and I imagine that it heals forward towards the others, maybe presenting an opening.
Sure. I like that. Yep.
And
That's
that
it,
is
John?
everything. Yeah, that's everything I got.
All right. As it drops to one knee, because that it will do, it will still fight on, and it will try to make an attack towards Casario.
Oh.
A double attack again with his fists.
Mm-hmm.
Once for a 26, and
That
once for a
hits.
22.
Oh, they both hit.
That is 38 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Are you down?
No.
She's a cleric. She can take it.
Wait,
Oh, okay.
I had temporary hit points, but it didn't. Oh, sorry. No, I'm not down. Mm-mm.
Okay.
I look like shit. So.
Carla.
Casario's tankier than Sean. This is amazing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I got it.
Clerics in D&D are like
Oh, yeah.
tanks. That's
She is a badass. Like, no mistake.
Using the last 10 feet of my movement to basically into the pile, and that's going to be 9 lightning to the creature.
what happens.
The doll that sort of attached itself to its side as Carla threw it, it gives one final sort of like big spark, and as it kind of shoots in through the amber, you see it for a moment, it turns like purple, and you see the different like blows and effects that have been taking place over and over again until it all sort of collides together and shatters apart as the lightning
That is-
rips through it.
Beautiful. It explodes in 1,000 amber shards flying all across the room, which afterwards slowly disintegrate into nothingness. The golem is no more.
As soon as the combat finishes, Carla's going to fish the potion of supreme healing from this pile and toss it to Casariel. She's gonna be like, drink that.
Casariel, blood on her mouth, gets hit. Like, platinum hair just dripping blood. She goes down to one knee, glances up. Can I make a roll to catch it?
It smacks
Make
her in
the
the
roll to
face.
throw it.
You're gambling with something that you shouldn't.
Well, I
You
don't
can.
have to break, but I just,
No,
I'm like,
you called
I
it.
like to
Roll
roll
it.
cool mode.
I like it that it smacks her in the face and just like shatters and soaks into her, healing her.
No.
Like, it heals her, but in a very violent manner.
I learned a very important lesson just now. Okay. What am I rolling?
What did you roll? Did you roll me a flat d20?
Oh. 12?
All right. The potion breaks on your cheek and splashes you with magical healing properties. You heal for 60 points total.
Oh my goodness. Okay. That's a lot of healing. I would, yeah. Okay.
Sorry, your crown's very pointy. Sorry, I didn't even think about it.
As a matter of
Are we
fact,
still
'cause
slowed?
that should this should probably no. When he's gone, that spell dissipates. I'm gonna call this because probably it's still gonna put you back to full health, but it heals you for 59 because I'm gonna take 1 point off for the glass cutting you.
Violent healing.
It does. So she's down and like all of the blood kind of like soaks back up and she like stands back up. She's still radiating her channel divinity. And I'm just going to roll once more for each of us because rolling 10 more times is a lot.
I'm at 14. I think I'm pretty maxed out. But yeah, sure.
Okay, so 13. So I'll take the 13. Oops, that's temporary hit points. I'm sorry. Okay. Ooh. 15 temporary hit points for you, Carla.
Oh,
Nice.
thank you so much. Again, sorry about the potion. Okay.
It's helpful.
And that
Yes.
statue. That statue was really fast.
Quick as lightning, and Carla is going to completely ignore them and dive into the coins to start looking for that light that she saw, in hopes that it's
All right.
the sun sword.
As you dig through this large pile of coins, throwing them left and right, you notice as you go deeper that, indeed, underneath all of these gold coins is a blade made of crystal, but it reflects a light as if it is made of pure sunlight. It looks dimmed, though, but you are, without question, sure that this might very well be the Sunblade. Do note, though, this is not a sword you're finding. This is a blade. It is missing its hilt.
Carla is going to take the hilt out of her bag and see if she can fit it together, or if it's going to need a mending or magical thing.
It fits together as if they are meant to be attached, but yes, this requires mending.
Okay. Wonderful. And she's going to put both of them in the bag folding. Okay, sun sword, check. She's going to zero in on the blueprint that she saw for the temple, and she's going to run over and grab that.
Yes.
And is it the map of Ravenloft as expected?
It is definitely the map of a castle, and looking it over, you assume it is, but you only know Castle Ravenloft from the outside. Based on that knowledge, you're pretty sure it is.
Wonderful. I mean, how many castles are on the middle of a lake in here? Okay, wrapping it up into the bag of holding, and then I'm going to go to the druid pile and start looking for that gem.
There is no gem there.
There's no gem there. Okay, good. So then from there,
Ain't bad.
yeah, I'm going to look at the pile for Argynvost, and in those gems, are any of them diamonds?
Two of them are.
Alright, I will snatch those up and toss them to Xariel, this time with a more lighter, she's aware this is happening, going to be like, I'm throwing something to you, try not to let it break, it's really important, and pew!
And I will, these gems are all 50 gold each. If you're okay with leaving all the other gems, I will count those as 2 diamonds worth 300 gold each.
Absolutely. I'm not touching most of it. I'm taking entirely what is advantageous to us. I'm trying to get as least cursed as possible. Okay. The next thing on my list that I thought was interesting, the Mythorial armor. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Mithril armor?
Mithril armor.
shirt.
Is that what you said?
Yes.
Mithril shirt.
Mithril chain shirt. Yes.
Yes. I'm going to look at that. And I'm going to cast Identify on it to see what the properties are.
Light as a feather.
Okay.
Hard as dragon scales.
That is in essence really what it comes down to.
You know.
Yes. Thank you.
So a mithril chain shirt is a great item. It is made of very light and flexible metal. And do note, you will still require an ability to wear medium armor, because it is medium armor. If you can wear this, it will fit under normal clothing, so it won't look as if you're wearing armor. And normally, medium and heavy armor imposes a disadvantage on stealth checks, but you can still wear this. Also, the strength requirement for wearing chain is negated. So you can wear this with a low strength requirement, and you are stealthy. You will need to be able to wear medium armor.
I cannot do that. I'll leave it there. I know Kazariel has a really nice thing, so it's fine. All right. Wand of War Mage is the next one I'm going to run towards.
All right.
I'm like a kid in a candy shop. It's wonderful. Yep, looking towards that.
If you would use this wand, all of your spell attacks while you're holding this wand will get a +1 on the attack rolls. And in addition, you will ignore any half cover made by your enemies on spell attacks.
It's not really useful for me because I typically am making something roll against me. What about you guys? Do either one of you think that would be useful to you? Yep.
Is she spell attack rolls?
Yeah.
I mean, both of us. Yeah, let's grab all the things and then we'll, like Halloween, with the candy when you get with your friends and you're like, oh, this is stupid. Okay, I want that. And you
I know,
divvy it out
but
afterwards.
Again, I also really don't want to get cursed.
Right.
You know that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really don't want to get cursed. So yeah, I'll throw the Wand of War Mage in my bag of holding. I'll look at the robe then next that was there.
So the robe that is there looks like a relatively simple robe. It isn't too pretty. As a matter of fact, it looks rather danky. And it looks like one of those robes that has been seen a lot of use, for there are a lot of patches sewed onto it. But upon closer inspection, you notice that these patches have little symbols on them.
Ooh.
The patches have symbols of daggers, of a bullseye lantern, of a steel mirror, of a pole, of hempen rope, of sacks, and of a couple of other things.
Pretty solid. I'll throw it in my bag of holding. The holding. Okay, and the last things I'm going to look at are going to be the bone ring and the staff with the animal skull.
All right, that is in the pile of the druids. The ring itself, are you using any form of identification, or are you just looking at it?
I think my identify lasts for like an hour, so I'm going to go for that.
That is true, and you've used it within the hour. The ring seems to be a ring of animal influence. The ring itself has 3 charges, and they will respawn at dawn, or recharge at dawn. While you're wearing this ring, you can use an action to expend one of its charges to cast one of the following spells: either Animal Friendship, Fear, or Speak with Animals. All 3 specifically aimed at animals.
Not really interested in that. Okay. The staff?
And the staff is a relatively tiny staff with a skull at the top of it. It's called the Staff of Withering. The staff has 3 charges, charging at dawn. It can be wielded as a magic quarterstaff, so you can use it as a melee weapon. On a hit, it deals damage just like a normal quarterstaff, but you can expend a charge to deal extra 2d10 necrotic damage to the target. And the target must succeed on a DC something, Constitution saving throw, or have disadvantage for 1 hour on any ability check or saving throw that uses Strength or Constitution.
Hmm.
Yeah, I will absolutely pocket that then as well.
Right.
Okay. That I'm happy then from there. If there's nothing else in this room that interests me. I'm going to turn back to the both of them and I'm going to be like, okay, I think I took an amount that should be okay. That should be like, something's not going to get horribly pissed at us for taking it.
Just combined, by the way, into different piles, you're talking at just over 31,000 gold in total.
I'm not taking it, babes. I'm not taking it. I'm not getting cursed. I'm not getting cursed. I've been...
Oh,
No.
right. No, there was an amulet. Was there not?
There was
Was
an
there?
amulet in the Abbey's pile, yes.
Necklace.
Okay. Then sure. Grab the necklace.
Right.
Do you know what it does?
That's an amulet of health. The amulet will give you a constitution score of 19 whenever you wear this item. It has no effect on you if your constitution is already 19 or higher, but if it isn't, it will push it up to 19 as long as you wear it.
That's
That's
huge.
big.
That was a big
Yeah.
one.
John's just sort of leaning against the door, scratching Stoker's ears while you guys are rummaging.
I have a 10 to Constitution. What's yours looking like?
Junkie, what's yours?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm at 14.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I've also got quite a few. I've got my wand of crow explosion,
Yeah.
a phase staff, and a little skeleton, which it's been very helpful to me. But he may be helpful to one of you if you want it. He makes me a little bit more. He makes my eyes a little sharper, and I'm able to hit things a little bit easier.
I'm
Plus one
good.
damage.
I would really love that just because I have like no health.
Yeah.
Is that
do
okay?
it. Amulet of Health.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And there's also so there's Amulet of Health. What did I write down? Market chain?
Mithril.
Market?
Mithril
Mithril
chain,
chain.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, a flame tongue dagger?
No,
A flame, it's a
Great
great sword. Yes.
Oh,
Do you want to know what that one does?
yes, please.
All right. So the flame tongue greatsword, which is a great sword, you can, other than a greatsword, you can use a bonus action and speak the magic sword's command word, which we'll have to think up, causing flames to erupt from the blade. These flames shed a bright light in a 40-foot radius, and while the sword is ablaze, it deals an extra 2d6 fire damage to any target it hits. It'll last until you use a bonus action to speak the command to extinguish the flames, or if you drop the sword.
Okay. John,
Yes, Kizaru?
I imagine Carla is telling us all this. Don't you think you could use that?
He looks towards the bag where the two halves of the blade of the sun sword were stored. And he sort of looks at you and says, I am not sure if another path is calling me. I could try. I could wield it, but I don't know. Yeah, I could. But should we be taking from this place?
Well, I'm trying to take as minimal as possible in the hopes that it won't kill us.
Listen, we have to be smart about this, right? I mean, we don't have to save Barovia. We just go on about our lives and just be normal people, but we're going to risk our lives to save everyone here. So shouldn't we have? Wouldn't they want us to have? Whoever owns this, I'm going to take that wand of the War Mage. Whoever owns this, wouldn't they want us to have the advantage on saving everyone in this place? It's silly not to take it. Now, the money, I understand. We'll leave the money here, but these things will help us free the people.
We can argue our case with that. With the money, we really can't.
Yes, I don't want the money.
The sword that Sergei mentioned, the blade of the sun, he gave us free leave to wield that, did he not? When you spoke with him?
Good.
Do either of you feel that you would want to take up his blade?
I physically couldn't. I think it's twice the size of me.
Yeah, and I don't know if you just noticed what happened when I tried to use a sword, but it was not pretty.
So if neither of you feels that it is your calling, I feel something pulling me towards it. I never really was one for the subtleties of sword to sword combat, but I've always just hit things. But I think I may have to be a little bit more. I may have to think a little bit more when it comes to this place. I'm going to pull something out that I actually wrote down before, and I kind of want to read this, but I want to read it properly. Sorry if this. Do
you want to do that now? Feel free.
I don't know if this really fits, but Kasariel, I feel like I've been holding back this whole time, or at the very least not taking things as seriously as I should. With what just happened, and he gestures towards the other room where Escher's body lays. With what just happened over there and what's been happening this whole time, I'm going to try to think back to the training that we were given with all the other ways of combat, and I may have to be a little bit more skilled and less. He holds up the other weapon, brute force. I've seen what you're capable of and what you can unleash. You've removed threats to me, threats to Carla, threats to everybody, threats to the peace of this land. I've spent my life fighting for peace, but I've always held myself back from fear of causing conflict. Escher was right about that. Holding back doesn't work here. It's time I follow through. And he's just going to keep leaning back and looking at the bag and contemplating.
We're going to need to get... Sorry.
No, you say first. Go on.
We're going to need to get the sword fixed up, probably at that blacksmith's that did your armor. So, for now, relish the last moments of being a battering ram.
You know what I think, John? I think it is time to cast away that mace you've been carrying around. The symbol of a pathetic, slain, once powerful, now nothing entity. I'm gonna take the hilt of the flame tongue greatsword, and I'm gonna lift it, but I'm gonna drag the tip of it along the floor to John and offer the hilt of it towards him.
I'll pick it up.
Until
Good.
that sword is remade, perhaps you should wield something more befitting.
All right. If you think it's so, you're right. Kasariel, I'm not going to hold back. Even if it doesn't seem right to take from this place whatever it is, you're right. We need to survive. We need to use whatever we have to bring balance to this land. And he'll grab the hilt of the greatsword.
I just release it into his hands.
All right.
Holding the mace in one hand and the greatsword in the other, can I look at the mace and just dismiss it as my packed weapon? Like, what does that look like? What does it feel like to John?
I mean, that is a very heavy moment that you are about to do. And while I'm going to allow that, it's not just going to be a throw it over your shoulder, grab any weapon. You're going to need time for that. And
Right.
That is as much as an attunement. You'll need an hour for that.
Okay. So he's going to sit back over against the wall again, and he's going to hold the weapon that has been an anchor to something dark in his lap. And while he stares at it, he's going to look he's almost meditative at it. And what's going through his mind is something akin to trying to come to terms with and understand what has been happening this whole time. So that's what he's going to do.
All right. Can I deduct from this that you are willing to take an hour over here as a short rest to allow this to happen? Do you guys want to take a breather?
That would be great. For the hour, can I switch out my Book of Mist spells for that Amulet of Health as my attuned item?
Sure. Yes.
While John's sort of meditating, Carla's doing the same.
I think even after the hour, if he tries to dismiss it, it doesn't fall away. He's going to have to meditate on this a bit more.
So for the first 30 minutes, Kasariel, I'd like to, first, I'd like to take the Wand of the War Mage, if I can.
You can. It should be
I'll
called
take
like
that.
that, by the way, in your items as well.
Okay. And I'll also, take. Can I attune to 2 things during a short rest, or is that only one? Probably.
Yeah, I'm a lenient DM, but like rules are rules.
Yeah.
That is just one item per hour.
Could we possibly
fair.
does this place feel safe? Like, is anything else moving? Is anything coming in? The door behind us is locked, right? Behind you.
You have a halfling digging through a pile of treasure, but other than that, nothing's moving.
So
I'm the hazard here.
I'm gonna look around and say, do you think we should spend a little bit more time here and maybe pass the night and recuperate?
The night in this temple.
There's only one entrance to this room. This may be the only safe place here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look to Kasariel and Carla. Do you feel comfortable, or should we only remain here as little as time as possible?
Do you fear that if we get too comfortable here, things will come seek us out? I think I'm happy to spend another night, but do be cautious.
Well, all right. We don't need to spend a full night here. But in that case, for the hour, can I unattune to the skeletal toy that I had? Does it take an hour to unattune something?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to unattune to that and prepare. I'm going to talk to Kasariel about it while she's attuning to the War Mage wand. I'm going to talk to her about it and tell her how that it makes him feel like his eyes are sharper and he can see, he can hit things easier.
All right.
I'm going to give that to her. If she wants it, he's going to give that to you.
Okay.
I don't think you can use it just yet, but in the future when we can.
So in essence, you're deciding to do a short rest rather than a long rest, right?
I think yeah. My party has they've decided that, and I agree that this place may be too dangerous to stay the night.
All right.
Worried about all those
You can also
constitution.
use. Yeah, you can just use a short rest. You can also use any healing dice that you would want.
Fully, yes, I'm doing that. Out a shadow of a doubt. And as Carla's sort of like resting and humming and kind of doing all the usual sort of like song of rest thing, I usually just use all of my die during short rests in order to get my health up. She's sort of doing that as she's like holding the amulet. She's noticing that it's like really bolstering her health, and I now have 84 HP.
Nice.
It's great.
So I won't die in one hit anymore. I won't die in one hit anymore. Okay. Alright, that's what I'm going to do for my hour. We will need to find that Fane stone. It's probably in another tomb.
Once Kasariel is done attuning to the wand of the War Mage, she's going to look over at John and notice that he hasn't discarded his mace.
Yeah, he's looking at it, but he's sitting further away from the great sword, and you actually can see these strings that are still attached from his hand to the weapon, and they're sort of flickering in and out of existence.
I'm going to move towards him and I'm going to kneel down in front of him. John?
I think I need to talk to Saloon a bit more to clear my head. I don't think I'm ready to be rid of this. It's been too much. And Stoker actually disappears during the course of this rest, and there are some things that like you said, we need to use every advantage we have in this place, and he holds up the weapon. I can't let it go yet.
Once we leave here, I'm going to give you one more night. And at the end of that night, let's have this talk again. All right? Because this weapon is an evil weapon, John, and you know that. Attached to someone who is not only evil, but pathetic, and you're too good for this. In every sense of that word.
If it helps me to protect you, I'll use whatever I have to.
Once we mend that sword, there is no other weapon in this realm, perhaps any others, that'll be more powerful, and that is what you deserve. And we will destroy this one. All right? As we leave here, So not now.
I feel like I've been in the darkness for so long, and you're showing me the glimmer of dawn. Thank you, Cassario.
Sarah's gonna reach out her hand so that he can clasp hers. Moonlight above.
Chaos below.
We both look at Carla.
Spirits abound. And she'll put her own hand in.
He shakes himself off and... Well, you feel recuperated?
Feeling good. Ready to take this on now.
Right.
Xariel, those items over there, they're the druid items. And I'm going to point at that pile. Would those help you to locate the Fane? The Fane jewel?
Oh. Well, let's see. Let's go over what they do. One of them helps me speak to animals, right? Potentially.
Mm-hmm.
But with your magic, the locate object, would that help? To have something attached to that? I don't know if it does, so I'm asking.
Oh. I understand. It couldn't hurt.
Would the Face Staff do it? You've held a gem like it before, and the Face Staff is connected to them.
That's
Might be able to
true.
help.
He takes it from his hip and hands it to Cassario.
Casariel's not attuned to the staff. Go ahead.
I take it. And I study the gem. I become very familiar with it.
I don't think the face staff currently has a gem in it because we gave it to Strahd.
Oh, right.
Does not.
You're right. I remember very clearly the gem that we gave to Strahd.
Very true.
Unfortunately. Yeah, memories. Okay. Well, I can always try. Perhaps we should take a look at what's in these rooms first, because it's not just extraordinarily lot of magical energy, but it is a bit. So
I understand. Okay. All right. Well, out of the way, I suppose. I'm now able to take a hit, just like the rest of you, and she'll mage hand the door open.
You will not, because it's locked.
It's locked. Oh, okay. Then she's going to try and pick it.
There is no lock on it.
Oh, okay. Then she'll go, stand back. If this doesn't fucking work, I'm calling this whole thing a bust. We're turning around and going home. And she'll repeat the password. She'll be like, Schlax, Mevaris, Harkotha, and Thanbog.
The doors feel disinclined to acquiesce to your request.
Fucking shit! And she's going to start throwing coins around.
I might have
At
the key.
door?
Yeah.
Oh,
You throw coins at the door?
I threw coins at everything. At the walls, at everything. I'm raging.
I'm gonna
Make
rear
me-
back and hit the. Okay, I got it.
No, go ahead, John.
Well, no, you were gonna. She was gonna do something with her coins.
If you throw around coins, you can make me an unarmed strike.
I'm
boy.
so good at those. All right. Let's see.
She's on a pile. I want it. I want it. I want it. I want it.
That's a 6. That's a
Yeah,
6.
no, nothing happens. I'm sorry.
All right, I'm gonna hit the door with my mace, my maul.
Awesome. Are you trying to force the door open, or are you trying to cause it harm so it will break?
I'm trying to hit it right in the center of the two doors so that it basically forces them to open. Yeah, I'm working on wherever they might be locked.
Right. That's a strength check.
Oh, natural
I
20.
cast guidance.
No, well,
Never
natural-
mind.
Natural 20, and that is 22.
That is not enough. The doors will not budge.
Hot damn.
They will, however, take damage. How much points did you make?
Okay, so then that would be my so then if I got a natural 20, did I get a crit on it?
In crit.
Yes.
Yes, you do.
Okay, so then that's not great on the roll. 4 plus, so that's a 20 plus 2, so 32 total damage.
All right. You take a sizable chunk out of the door, but they're still closed.
You want me to keep trying?
How long do you want to keep trying?
Well, no, I looked at Carla and Casario.
I have a question. Does it seem strange to either of you that there's gold here, clearly portioned out from each of the major factions in this land?
Well, it seems like they could accidentally merge the piles, which would be bad for business.
Right, but who put it here? Was it an offering? Was it stolen? And why, if it was stolen, would you portion it out like this?
No clue. It honestly, it could be spoils of war, just like oh look, this is what we've taken from them. It could also easily be an offering that they're giving to these people, which is why they're portioning it out. As you said. But overall, I think if we were worried about why, we would have not taken anything like an hour ago. So, I wouldn't stress too much.
Yes, but who took it? Who do you think took it? Because this was a temple of good for all intents and purposes, right? Until Strahd came.
Everything
Theoretically.
labeled here is not related to Ravenloft or Strahd, so it's a safe bet that it might be his.
Right. All right. So we know that Lady Vocta is an ally. So why would he have taken money from her? Or perhaps it's an offering, which is also a possibility.
Maybe they're just saving their money. I mean, we have vaults back in Neverwinter for people with accounts, right? I assume. I assume that's how it works in medieval society.
Are you saying, John, that you think this is a bank?
Maybe. That's where I mean, my family has an account with a bank in Neverwinter, and they have I don't know how much gold they have. Mom never trusted me with the finances, oddly enough.
Arjun Vost opposed to Strahd. Vocta, ally. Abby, ally, question mark. Temple? What was that? Sorry.
That's what was standing in.
Place. Right.
It just says, yeah.
Used to be opposed, now ally, perhaps. Druids, also not sure. Alms for the poor.
Perhaps it's something that Strahd has stolen over time and given it here as an offering to whatever god has got him on his little strings.
Right. Perhaps.
Yes.
Right. Which is why, shouldn't we take these things back to the people that it belongs to? She stops for a second. In her head, the nursery rhyme that her mother used to sing to her starts playing. Deep in the darkness. Deep in the darkness. A righteous crusader of silver and gold. Bring it back to where he belongs. Bring...
Not the dragon head?
Argynvost? Yes, perhaps it means that, but... I don't know. I mean, should we not... Perhaps not the gold, but perhaps the... What if we brought the druids and we said, hello, we've got 2 items that probably belong to you.
It would be good bargaining chips.
Yes, we'd love to give them back to you. And we can do that if you help us make a stand.
Hey, I got a bunch of stuff back here at your vault. Be a shame if anything happened to it.
All right. And Carla's going to open up the bag of holding and start tossing in every item that you listed out.
Hold on to this wand, until we know if that's true.
Yeah, so she'll toss it in and she will mark what pile it came from, and kind of keep it in a section in the bag of holding, and she'll be like, okay, these are bargaining chips for possible allies. Very important, but if we get cursed from this, It wasn't my idea. For
Are
what?
you taking the gold as well?
No. Not touching that. I'm not touching that. I know better.
Just the items.
Just the items.
That great sword from Argenvost. That might be the key
B.
to getting him on us.
Like my brother seemed to use a sword when he was training. Maybe he'll use it.
Sure, we'll find a purpose for a great sword in a land full of things that want to kill each other. I'm...
Alright. So you're taking the items, not the gold.
Not the gold. Leaving the
Got it.
gold. The gold feels like bad juju.
Whatever you will. You take a flame tongue greatsword. You take a nondescript longsword from the Vakter treasure pile that you have not identified. You take a mithril chain shirt. You take an amulet of health, which you already have on you, so you don't take that. Potion of supreme healing, you already had that. One of the war mage, you use that. You take a robe of useful items. You put all of this in the bag of holding, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Robe of useful items with you. You already took the plans.
Doesn't your friend in the bag eat cloth things? John says.
Alright,
Make sure he doesn't eat
I
that.
don't want to wear it. It's really ugly. I'm going to take the useful items that I want out of it, and she's going to take out the bullseye
Just have
torch
like a
and
six
daggers.
pockets or something with very exciting items. You know, it sounds, Meta, like an artificer would love this. Back into character. Do you know? It sounds
Yes.
useful to someone. I'm not sure who, but tell him not to eat it. He'll listen to you, Carla.
Okay, I'll try to argue. I'll try to bargain with him. Does anyone want to offer up a cloak? Maybe as like a offering. You know, something from just chew on.
It's really cold outside. I'm not giving up my cloak. My coke.
I didn't realize you used performance-enhancing drugs, John. She will open up her bag and go, "Bagged man, this is strictly off limits. You'll get a horrible toothache if you eat anything of this. You see this? It's disgusting. It's old. Someone's worn it. It is full of items that will give you the most awful toothache. Do not eat it, and I will find you the most delicious, rich satin clothing later on."
Oh, okay.
100 thread count, promise. And she's going to tuck it away.
One cloaks do add to the flavor.
I'll strip one off a body for you. Okay. She'll close up before it can get any further.
Is cloth like wine, where the more aged it is, the more delicious it is?
It is to the bagman, yes.
I pick up the Argenvost gold thing that Carla tried to cover the statue's eyes with, and I just
tapestry.
hand it out to her.
Oh dear. All right, I suppose I can trade it all. Here you go. This one's very rich and old and worn.
Oh.
Vintage, 500.
I was going to graffiti Ravenloft with it, but all right. Okay.
Great.
So, we are completely off track. We need to find this Fane crystal. We need to get out of here before God decides that we have trespassed, or that creature upstairs decides he wants to lose all his memories and kill us. So, you know.
I wasn't ready just yet. Was I? Oh no! I listed all the items. I'm sorry. No, you do take the ring of animal influence into your bag as well because you didn't wear that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And the 32,000 something gold you leave, right?
Sure. Yeah. Whoever wants to be stupid enough to go take this, they can take it. And we can always come back for it. We can always come back for it. It's fine.
That seems very wise, Carla. I'm proud of you.
It's taking a lot of strength. I love money, but you know what can you do?
I love money. I just
Let's
thumbs
chat.
up, Carla. I love it.
We save Barovia, and then when we do, we can come back and help them start new lives with it.
I'm going back to Neverwinter. This place can do whatever it wants as soon as we're done here. But sure, give to the needy and the poor. But all right,
Yeah.
John, kick this door in.
With pleasure. He picks up the maul and spins it in his hand and slam into the door.
All right. you're gonna keep hitting it,
Yeah.
technically the door has an amount of hit points, and it'll take a little while. So how long are you gonna whack at this door?
A good minute. If it doesn't look like there's any progress, he's gonna stop.
Within a minute there will be progress, but it'll take a little longer. So let's say
right.
10, 15 minutes ish.
Yeah, it'll. Well, so
Can
while
we
they
help him
while they've been doing
with
that,
our
he'll keep.
Sure. Okay. While you are basically sorting out the items, putting it in your bag, he's whacking the door. That'll be just about the same time. You whack the door out.
After there's gonna be a key on the other side of this thing. I just know it.
You break open both of the doors. As you look beyond these doors, you see a very large room. But what is in that room, we will withhold until after our break.
Okay, didn't even notice the time. Wow.
Yes.
We spent a lot of time in that room.
Looking for
God.
gold.
Mm-hmm. I mean, treasure does take up.
I mean,
Okay.
it's labeled. There's something there. There's
So-
the reason why it's labeled. There's a reason.
Before you continue, yeah, I'm assuming it's just a bank. Basically, this is just a bank where people keep their special items.
I know
Stuff like
you're-
that. But
I know, but no.
I know.
No.
All the way up in the mountains. Sure.
Of course, yeah. I mean, it's a safe place. You know, this place is Switzerland. It's neutral.
I think it's Strahd spoils of war that he's after giving over to his god, and now we're taking it back.
So, before you continue on in the video or the podcast, if you have any means of leaving a comment, please comment below and say, how cursed are we? Like, are we just a little cursed because we only took the items, or are we super cursed because the items were the only?
1 to 5 or 1 to 10?
On
Like,
a
what's
s-
the scale?
On a scale of genie free wishes being nothing, curse, to full on monkey paw, you're screwed. How cursed are we? We gotta know.
Okay. Also, tell us whose horde you think this is. Do you think it's Strahd? Are you with Carla?
Yeah, or is it the creepy lich guy above?
Yeah.
We will know soon enough. But
We
first, we're gonna
will?
take a break. For those of you that are live with us right now on Twitch and that want to talk to us, we will be in our Discord in a minute. So if you want to talk with us, hop over there into the voice channel, and we'll see you there.
Yep. See you in a moment.
Yep. Bye-bye. Hello, everybody. We're back. We hope you are too, of course. Lovely break, of course. It's great that that you guys join us in our Discord as well. We always love to talk to you. So thank you for that, of course. Before the break, you guys ventured a little further into the Amber Temple. Not that far, but this is a very big moment that you've just experienced. You found the treasure room of the Amber Temple, and within the treasure you found a couple of great items. You fought a Amber Golem that was strong, but you defeated it. You got a lot of cool items from these 6 piles of treasure that you ran into that had various labels on them, like Argynvost and the Abbey, the Wachter family, the Druids, the Temple, and the Alms for the Poor. There was a lot of gold over there, surmounted to about 32,000 gold coins, but the party decided not to take any of the gold, not because it wouldn't feel right, but because it might be cursed, who knows. Instead, they did take all the other items that they could, leaving the gold untouched. John, in the meantime, broke open the 2 vault doors, and in so doing, the doors swung open, and that is where we left off.
Can we call this whole heist Carla's 8? Because we've got the 3 animals, Stoker, Bagman, and then the 3 of us.
It's like Ocean's 11, but not. Yeah.
Slightly more cursed.
All right, guys, I've got a plan.
We did not. We did not have a plan.
And it probably won't kill us.
Anyway.
All right. So, as the doors swing open, beyond the door, you see a giant room. Indeed, you see the main room that the temple has. It is a rather large open space, and adjacent to you, at the other side of the room even, you see 2 large stairs leading up to the balcony where the entrance supposedly is. There's a couple of alcoves, and you see a couple of marble statues standing there, so not made of amber. One of them is broken, but the other three are still firmly standing in their alcove. There are two side paths, leading to, well, somewhere away from this room. And standing very close to you is a giant statue made of bronze and amber. Its head is covered in a darkness spell. You cannot see its face.
This place looks familiar.
Nothing has happened. It does indeed. You might have seen this before. There is no reaction from the room to you breaking this door just yet. What do you do?
Alright, huddle up, we're going invisible again. I'm not dealing with any more statues. Okay? We'll traverse, we'll try and find another opening into another vault. Does that sound good?
I just saw the name of this episode is The Statue of Limitations. Anyway, come on.
She'll smack on both of your, arms, and we'll all go invisible.
Beautiful.
Using up my spell slots, but it's worth it. Okay. And she will sort of lead the pack, going stealthily and really trying to see if there's any danger.
Yes.
We just found out there's any danger just now.
You just stepped outside of the vault, right? Make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
So good at those. Actually not bad. That's going to be an 18.
Okay. That is only one. Okay. Continue.
Okay. And I'm going
Only
to
one?
creep.
Only one? Only one? What?
Nothing. Continue.
Mhm.
Okay. While I'm actually out here. Okay,
He
I can't
loves
really
this.
actually. I know. I'm going to creep along sort of the wall behind the statue
All right.
and see how close I can get to it and see if it notices me.
The statue itself looks like a large wizard, and at first glance, you don't really recognize it. But as the backside of the wizard statue is covered in a robe, obviously made of copper and amber, it does nothing to try and recognize you.
Cool. Then I will just very hurriedly whisper I think the coast is clear.
As she pulls out of my 10-foot radius, I'm going to follow her because I'm not keeping her out of my sight.
Okay. John, did you take any of the items with you? You did not, right?
He has the well, I mean, most of it's in my bag of holding if you're not using it.
No, I don't. I think the only thing I did was release one of my items from my attunement, which I need to remove from my attunement.
Feel free to move.
All right. Oh, I don't have to roll. Cool.
Did you say it seems clear?
Oh yeah.
All
Perfect.
seems clear.
Here I come.
She's going behind the statue.
Great.
Hey, Casariel. Good to see you. Can you...
Glad to be here, Papa. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, such a moment. Can you make me a wisdom saving throw? And if you
I
can,
have-
please do so.
2 items,
I know.
if that matters. Oh, okay. Just one? Oh, God. Which new dice will I roll? This one. Oh, no. Oh, a wisdom saving throw?
Yes, ma'am.
Ooh. 12. Mind you, my wisdom
Oh.
saving throw is +9.
No.
Roll a 3.
That's at least it's not a natural one. Be happy with that.
Yeah.
Noted. Please continue.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep creeping along the wall, and I presume John's leading Casariel.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep exactly 10 feet between both of you so I can see, so to speak, both of you.
Just to say, as a general, thingy, on the other side of the room, you can very clearly notice 2 large amber doors that are in the slapdash in the middle of the 2 stairs. Where you are right now, because of the symmetry that I've pointed out a couple of times already, you would have expected to be seeing 2 amber doors here, but they're not. They're broken away, so you can look into the room to the north here.
I'll do that.
All right. And that room looks in complete disarray. It looks like maybe a meeting room or a seating room or something like that. But the room is broken down. There are bits and pieces of furniture everywhere. There is a ragged tapestry, and there are some items strewn about. It's not a pretty sight.
Carla will grab a bit of rubble and chuck it into the middle of the room to see if anything reacts.
Nothing reacts to this.
Cool. And I don't see any other, like, immediate entrances or exits to anywhere, right?
Correct. You have a 20 investigation, so I will give you the fact that in the northwestern corner of the room, so the top left corner of the room, there is a pile of bones and skulls. You will not be able to see this on the map, but it is there.
Cool. I will just creep a little bit back and just be like, yeah, there's something living in there that's eating people, so I might just move on from this one. And I think what would be best is to head towards... Do you see those big amber doors on either side? Heading towards those and maybe seeing if we can get one of the passwords to work. If one of them doesn't work, I swear to God, I will forsake every single thing within this temple. Yeah. She will continue
to the that way. Through
Yeah,
the
and
middle
she'll
doors there. That's that long hallway with skulls in it.
But aren't these also amber doors on either side?
You are on the lower floor right now, yes.
Yeah. It was upper floor we had passed.
Oh, right. Upstairs with the fuck off skulls.
Yes. And the fuck off doppelgangers. Alright. Carla will start making her way towards there, keeping to like the walls, just to make sure that everyone is kind of situated together.
Okay.
Sean's kind of staying away from the statue.
Carla, as you move into the peripheral view of the giant statue in the north side of the room, you hear a bellowing voice that reacts as soon as it sees you that says, "Leave now or be destroyed."
Going to try and... Oh, fuck, I don't know.
So it definitely reacts to her even though she's invisible?
Correct.
Oh,
okay.
That's
beautiful. Alright, I'm going to point at the statue and try to whisper at it. Not whisper, message it.
Okay.
I'm going to point at it and say, "We are leaving. Promise. We just need to find a way out."
Somehow it feels like you're not getting a connection.
Incredible. Okay, so it's not alive.
Does that affect invisibility?
Oh, shit, it does. Well, I mean, they can already see us.
Oh.
Yeah. My invisibility completely drops. Alright. I am going to dart behind this pillar then, out of the statue's line of sight.
Okay.
And I'm going to turn to the other two and be like, "Hey, invisibility didn't work. We might get eviscerated." Shit.
I don't even know what that means.
I can do a Hail Mary. And we might be able to get to the other side of this room. But it might take a couple of ghost juggling to do it, okay? So...
Wait, did we all hear it say "leave now" or die?
Yes. I mean, that is a voice of... That's the voice of God bellowing through this room.
It said to leave now, so do you think it would let us go? I mean, no problem. Hello. We'll just leave. Sorry.
Okay. We can't actually leave. We do have to find that faint stone.
Oh.
Issue.
Pardon me.
You say that to the statue?
Oh, large, wise statue of the Amber Temple. Pardon me. We certainly want to obey you. If you want us to leave, we will. However, we are trying to help people. There is one more thing that we need to do before we leave. I don't suppose you'd let us do that one thing? You don't know unless you ask. Don't look at me like that, John. No muted.
So you just say this in normal plain common, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The statue, even though it's not looking at you in any way, reacts to you and says, I smell magic on you. You have been in the vaults. What have you taken?
We were told that we could be here by the skeleton guy upstairs. Do you know him?
His name is Kazan, I believe. Nice gentleman, beautiful crown. Do you know? Beautiful.
Kazan, the fallen wizard, should not be here.
You want us to go take care of him for you?
No. We
Yes.
promised him.
So then you're okay with us being here to do that?
You offer a bargain.
What?
No bargains, John.
No. No. What kind of bargain we talking?
If you will give back the magical treasures that you have taken and take care of the fallen wizard, I will let you leave.
Does that include the sun sword that we can use to stop Strahd?
Sergey
You hear a
told us we'd
pause
have
in
it.
his voice. You hear a pause in his voice and then a little wavering as he says, yes, that too. You can give me an insight check on that.
Oh, exciting.
Sergey told us we're making a withdrawal on his behalf. He gave us power of attorney.
My
That's not
boyfriend,
something
sorry.
John would say.
No,
I'm sorry.
he definitely
Sorry,
didn't say
boyfriend,
that. No, that was
Run it
sorry.
again.
17.
All right.
Fine.
As bellowing and as powerful this voice sounds, damn, that sounded like someone was really unsure of what you just presented him. That sounded weird.
Really a statue, I'm going to say. And as I'm saying it, Yeah, okay. I'm just going to be like, are you really a statue that haunts this place? Are you a ghost? How could a protector of this
no.
temple not know what's in it?
I am a statue, and you should leave now.
I mean, could you outrun me, statue? Can you get off that little pedestal?
You
To get
notice that
back
the
the
statue
items.
itself cannot move, obviously.
Obviously.
Hey, Casero, you do the light thing, right? You can make a lot of you know the daylight magic from Saloon, right?
Oh, John, I do know that spell. The thing is, I have to prepare for that after I sleep. So
She can brighten up this whole room and make you stop being mean, statue. So why are you being like this? Why are you the statue? She already asked that. Damn. What should I ask him, Carla?
I think, and Carla is going to try and pull forth one of her ghosts. She's gonna tell a tale. Just to see what I can get out of this. And yeah, okay, I wanted something else, but I didn't get it, so that's okay. I am going to basically
Hey.
be like, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna hold it actually. You can kind of see she's like bringing ghosts up around her. And she's going to say, I mean, all we have to do is outrun it, right?
Wait a second. Are you a spellcaster who came here with 3 people who tried to kill us over in the other rooms?
I have faithfully served this temple for hundreds of years.
Wait a minute.
How dare you?
I think
Is
he's just
that
trying to scare
why-
us.
Is that why Ludmilla could not come in? Are evil things not allowed here? Well, that doesn't make sense, does it?
No, there's a lot of
Actually,
You
was
people
here.
in
can. Well, not in this room, though.
Oh.
Are you? Are
No.
you good, or
Casario,
are you evil?
remember those 3 doppel guys said that one other one went in here and was a magic user. Do you think he might still be alive and trying to scare us off?
No. That's
He-
so rude of us. Hold on. First question: Are you here to protect against evil?
Yes.
Well, good news. We are all good. So, we are your allies.
You claim to be good, yet you steal from our vaults at the first sight of treasure.
Well, technically, we did take items that would help us in our noble goal to save the people of this land. However, we didn't take the treasure. That is an important distinction. You can check. I don't know if you can see in there. But no, we didn't take any treasure. We just took items that will make us stronger.
Those are not yours to take.
No, they aren't. But nevertheless, they will help us help the people of Barovia. And if you are good as you say, that should be your goal as well. I don't know if you know what's going on outside, but it is a nightmare out there. No wine. One. Horrific.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a overlord who has completely given up on life, right? And doesn't care about his peoples, starving, awful. We think we can really help the people here now. Now, do you want to help people as well? You said they were good. Do you just want to help the temple, or do you also want to help Barovia?
I am here to protect the assets of the temple, and my patience is growing thin.
So it is a bank.
Who are you protecting it for?
For the wizards and for the legacy. This has been my job, and this will remain my job until the day I die. Be destroyed.
For Axathanta?
No, we met at Exavanta.
Carla, what was the name of the guy who those doppelgangers said ran in here?
Also,
I don't know his name.
Let me quickly
did-
reiterate what I just said is literally what he said.
Right.
Until the day I die, be destroyed.
Carla's going to kind of like slowly peek her head out a little bit and say, Ludmilla did give me a name before we came in here. Heinrich? That you?
No.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
Natural 20. Fuck you.
If this statue had a brow to mop, it would be mopping its brow.
Yeah, I mean,
Nervous statue I've ever met in my life.
there's something funky with this
Fishy.
statue.
Yeah, because it didn't attack Strahd when he entered. Oh, okay.
This sounds like a liar to you.
Have you two ever
Carla?
seen the play The Magician of
Ozymandias?
Neverwinter? Yes. In this play, there is a curtain, and this benevolent being, there's someone behind the curtain, and it's just a normal person. Do you think that's what's going on here?
Absolutely. And I wonder if a normal person can hit 3 of me, and Carla is going to cast Mirror Image. And 3 of her are going to
Okay.
pop out. And
Are you still going to do something with the ghost around you, or are they still there as well?
no, so they start to sort of swirl up and then they kind of fall away. I did take up a spell slot for even bringing the tail forth, but
Yep.
yeah, she ended up not using them. It was Stoker. I didn't want that.
There you go.
Yeah, so she's going to bring up sort of like 3 versions of herself, including herself, and she's going to say, "All right, let's see where this wizard is." And we're all going to run towards the statue.
Okay.
Yes.
The second all of you make it beyond the pillar,
But spread out.
There
We're
is-
not bunched together.
fine. Move them wherever you want.
Okay. One of them is going to go sort of this way. Well, I mean, as far as she can, yeah. Wait, one there. Yeah,
Sure,
that's fine.
Put it there.
That one's going to go that way. The real me is going to stay behind the pillar, and one of them is going to kind of attack directly from the center towards the statue to try and confuddle and draw out whoever's in there. And they're all just going to be chanting like, "Come fight us, go show us the real you. If you want these riches, you got to take it from us."
So be it.
And a light emits very briefly from the darkness that is surrounding the head of the statue as the statue casts chain lightning on you.
Okay.
Chain lightning casts 3 lightning bolts, which then arc to as many as 3 other people. All of you, including the mirror images, are hit.
Okay.
And for all of you, I need a saving throw, which is, let me quickly check. A dexterity saving throw. Yeah.
Best roll of my life. 7.
Sorry.
Okay.
25.
The dice gods give it and they take it away. I rolled a natural 1.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
girl.
Plus 2 for 3.
Okay.
So before that happens, he's going, I don't think this is a real statue. And the lightning.
Yeah. Kasariel is trying to be friends with it, which is unusual.
I'm pretty
darlings.
sure that someone else is doing this. Anyway.
Your two mirror images, like, did you roll for them?
Oh, 10.
Then again, you don't really have
14.
to, because like whether or not they're
He's
hit, like,
hitting
if they're
all of
hit, they're
them.
gone, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they're hit, they're gone. They're all gone. Yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah, if he's hitting all of them, then they're
So-
gone. But it was a 10 and a 14, and then a 9. So I think the 9 doesn't count for after the third one, but... So, but
And what
that
did
just...
you roll
I
for
don't know.
yourself?
For myself, my dexterity was a 25. Got a
Cool, okay.
17 plus 8.
So you save it. John and Kasariel don't,
Yay.
and you get 10d8
Free.
worth of lightning damage.
So sorry.
Only 10d8? That's it?
Only 10d8.
I'm
Don't
so
on DM.
sorry. I'm sorry. I will do fucking healing word up the wazoo for you guys
I
after
was
this. I promise.
certain this wasn't a real statue.
There is 52 points of lightning damage for John and for Kasariel, and Carla, you take 26.
Yeah. Okay. 26. Okay.
Hey, I'm back to
you
exactly what I
intending
was
to-
before.
Are you intending to fight with this statue? Because if you do, I need a
I'm-
initiative roll.
What I was trying to do is when he sends out the spark or whatever sends out the spark, is there a moment where there is a bit of clear sight towards whatever's in there?
You know what? Sure, that is fair.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, for this amount of damage, I'm gonna give you
Is there-
something.
There's a sorcerer clinging to the face, just casting it. I know this. It's got to be.
Okay. Okay.
Very briefly, you notice that the statue itself has the darkness surrounding its face, and as the spell is cast, very briefly, you notice that the eyes of the statue are hollow.
Cool.
If you do not engage with the statue will withhold its fighting for now because you're out of sight again.
Okay. I suppose as soon as I see, is the statue made of metal or amber?
Part and part. The base
Part.
is made of copper. The statue itself is made of amber.
Never mind then. I am going to, as soon as I see whatever is in there. Oh, there's so many things I could do. Do I go aggressive or do I try to go smart? What do you think?
Oh, he just all got electrocuted. John's backing up to the wall. Like, he did not think this thing was a
We're
aggressive
all almost
statue.
dead. So
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so
do
sorry.
what you would do if we're almost dead.
We're almost dead. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and charm person as soon as I see him because the condition is I have to see them.
On what?
Oh, sorry, what? Charm a humanoid
On
I
what?
see within range. Wisdom
humanoid?
saving throw? Oh, okay, so I didn't see a person. Sorry, I misinterpreted what you said to me. Okay.
You saw that the statue has hollow eyes.
Okay, if I see that then, and I don't see a person, I'm going to throw a fireball into those hollow eyes.
Oh!
The darkness has returned, so you will have to do that with disadvantage, but that doesn't really work on a fireball.
Yeah,
so
I
he will
suppose
automatically
advantage to whoever.
He will
Yeah.
automatically succeed his saving throw. So go ahead,
Okay.
do
Sorry,
the damage that you do.
I'm really not being smart about this. I thought I could be smart. I'm sorry.
No, this is still smart. Like, trust
So,
me.
With fireball, I believe the fire spreads around corners and like it just, as long as it's not behind total cover. If that's anyway.
Yeah. So that's
But-
why it will take damage, just not as
But
much.
yeah, cool. You guys are awesome. This is amazing. I'm so scared.
Sorry, I really shouldn't have done that. Okay, sorry. Fuck.
We also know there's something in the room above us, Serial.
Yes.
We're
I've been thinking about
Between
that.
two things. Carla!
I'm so
are you
sorry.
doing?
A statue in a hard place.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
it's rough. Okay, sorry. I have to. I'm gonna make frickin' D&D Beyond rule this because I'm doing it at 4th level. Okay. 30 damage. Fuck off. Okay. And then I'm gonna throw a D6 into it as well. What?
All right.
Which is halved, so it's 15. And then with the D6, it's another 6 on top of that. Which is a halved again, so 3. So it's gonna be an 18 fire
18
damage
points.
with a fireball. I'm
Noted.
so sorry.
Okay.
The statue
Oh.
falls silent, and I'm gonna have to do a check. The darkness around the statue drops
Okay.
as the concentration is not made as a check. It falls deadly silent within the statue.
Oh God.
Run.
No.
Run.
What happened? Did you kill it? Did you win?
No, but he doesn't have cover now, I suppose. You have the advantage of seeing an attack.
As we walked past it, was there any opening or anything that we saw in the statue base?
You smart man. You didn't see anything, but as you recount that, like, did we see anything like that? A small door at the back of the statue opens, and an elderly man tries to make his escape. As he jumps out of the statue, he notices the two of you, and he looks a little scared. Oh, I didn't expect you here. What do you do?
Be careful, there's a statue that shoots lightning.
Oh. How do you react to that, though?
I'm so sorry.
That's perfect. I love it. That's John.
I'm trying to decide whether or not he basically sees a civilian and tries to get him to safety.
Can we have common sense?
You guys
Can
can
we
go ahead
be
and do
smart?
things. You guys, yes, do things.
You know,
I can't.
I'm fine.
Oh my God, there's elderly
Yes.
here.
Mm. Well, I don't know what's happening. Who's is it? That was funny.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
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 Carla is unamused.
I think I nearly killed us. I think he's going to kill us. I'm so sorry.
No, we're
I'm mostly just like apologetic.
we're fine.
You're
This
not
is
gonna kill
great. This is
We're
the
fine. Don't worry. Even if you did
That
kill
was
us, who cares? It's
funny.
D&D. It's a game. We're good.
Okay.
She has
Okay,
death
yeah.
ward. We're
Okay.
fine.
I have Death
Fine.
Ward.
Yeah.
It's probably fine.
Okay.
Just think about how much you want to roll that rogue. I'll play a druid. It'll be fine.
It's okay. Okay.
Okay.
The elderly gentleman looks at the two of you, not seeing Carla just yet, and says, "What do you want?" And he has a wand raised at the both of you.
I cast command.
Yes.
Okay. This gentleman looks like a wizard, so know what you do,
Oh.
but feel free.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
What's
shit,
to
I already
say?
said it. Sure.
Do you want to retcon it? Because
17.
this is a moment.
No.
Like,
Casario, we need to help him.
No, it's wisdom, 17.
oh, you're so lucky.
Wizards are intelligence. Ah,
This guy is both. So with
Oh,
that, I rolled a
shit.
15. You are so lucky.
All right. And I'm just going to say freeze. Or halt.
And he'll just
Don't move,
wait.
take no actions. Okay. Now listen, sir. We are not trying to hurt you. I don't know why you're trying to hurt us. And that's really fucking hurt, by the way. Again, because I was going to rub blood off her lip. And say, now, let me look at Carla. Because I definitely wasn't paying attention to Ludmilla. Are you Henrik?
I am. How do you know of my name?
Friend told us about it. Said to watch out for you. We are here to stop the Lord of the Land. These items that we have are going to help us do that. We are not here as simple thieves looking for money or monetary gain. We are looking to end this reign of terror that began when he managed to succeed in his endeavors here. So, let us all be friends and let us go.
This is a precarious situation. I will have to trust you the instant that you trust me, and vice versa. At the very least, pleasantries can be exchanged. My name is indeed Heinrich Stoltz. I am the last surviving wizard that ruled over and protected the Amber Temple. And you are?
Very hurt.
Lalakat. That too.
I do not get these modern names, but nice to meet you.
Ooh, our last mission, the last thing we need to find, is a gem that belonged to the Mountain Fanes, the Druids. Do you know where it is within the temple? Can we retrieve it to help us with our plan?
I would assume it would be in one of the catacombs. If you go to the left or right, you will find the vaults of the Amber Temple. They are protected, though, with magical means that unfortunately was not disclosed to me. Perhaps you will find what you seek in one of those.
Heinrich, do you know what's happening in the land beyond this temple? Have you any word of what's been going on.
Little news reaches this temple anymore, but I have sworn to protect the contents of this temple, and that to me is sacred, especially when my fellow wizards fall to darkness, keeping me as the only survivor.
What is it that you are protecting? What is the contents that you are talking about? Are you talking about the amber stones back there with the whatever the dark things are inside?
I am protecting.
Or do you mean the treasures, the materials, these things that lay in these vaults rotting while people in the land suffer?
I protect the... I have been sworn in to protect everything.
By whom?
By the Order.
But you are the last. You are the Order.
Yes, but I will fulfill my duty till my last breath.
And what then? If this land falls to ruin while you are gone, the Order is gone, what then? Nothing left to guard here. If we can protect this land.
We did not make a contingency plan for that, I'm afraid.
If we can...
I do not have an answer for you.
If we can make this land... If we can restore light to the land, remove the darkness, this place will be less in danger. It can be protected again. Is that not what you want?
I understand your merits. I will give you free reign of the temple, and I will bother you no more. Please be gentle with the temple's treasures and see to that they are put to good use, if that is what you think is best.
Are there any further dangers within this temple? We've already encountered some very deadly things, but not just the statues. There was something... I feel like I've been hearing the scratches of whispers in the back of my mind this entire time I've been here.
This temple is more than it seems, but there are not many more dangers beyond what you might have already faced if you came from the vaults.
I'm gonna wring the blood out of my hair and say, well, that's good news. Heinrich.
I apologize for that.
Don't suppose you have you're very powerful. Don't suppose you have any healing?
I feel as if the one that might be controlling me is quickly checking if I have any healing abilities.
What? Just the spinning wheel, you know, when you're waiting on your computer.
Yeah.
All over our foreheads. No problem.
I do not possess the skills to retain life or heal. I'm afraid we left that with the monks that were with us when we protected this temple.
Heinrich, would you please come closer? And you as well, Carla. And he pulls the staff out. He says, this might help all of us.
I do not require healing, he says, and he stays where he is.
Oh, very well. It's only if you want it. And I'm going to use Cure Wounds on all three of us.
All right.
And that is, if I can find it.
Is it first level cure wounds?
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think they can upcast this.
No.
Okay.
Oh, I need an actual D8. Yep, so it's going to be 1d8 plus 5, and I'm searching through my... I have a special thing for my smites. I only use D8s for that. Okay, 6 plus 5, 11 healing. Okay, everybody.
Ooh, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hi, Rick.
Yes.
Not your fault. You're protecting this place. We certainly understand that. But we're hurt pretty badly. Would it be all right with you if we rested here and slept?
Of course. Feel free.
Are there any sounds coming from the destroyed room to our north?
None whatsoever.
Okay. Thank you for your hospitality. And yeah, we understand that you were just doing your job, your duty, and we appreciate that you've made allowances for the current state of this land.
Henrik,
Thank you.
do you know who amassed those treasures and separated them? Do you know who did that?
I am afraid it's been so long and I've forgotten. I'm afraid. I'm sorry, I can't be of much help with that.
Can I make an insight check?
Of course you can.
All right, this guy can't roll another natural one, right? That was a 5 plus 9. 14.
This is an elderly gentleman, and if he is indeed guarding this place since, well, long ago, that has to be hundreds of years. Now, it's not uncommon for wizards to become hundreds of years old, of course, but it's pushing it. And
Man.
if he's talking about the treasures, like, you know, you forget things over the course of a couple of hundred years, you can imagine, but that's feels like a core thing to this temple. It's difficult. when
I'm
he's telling
getting
the truth.
the same vibes that I got from when Strahd was puppeting, I can't remember, Vasily?
Vasily, yeah.
With a, I don't know, with a, I can't remember, 14 or 15, whatever. Is it giving me those spidery tinglies, or?
I don't know, does it? Like, you're basically asking me, is this Strahd? And I'm going to tell you.
Right. Yeah, good call. Mm-hmm.
But does this feel weird? If this is the last standing wizard guarding the Amber Temple, you would imagine this would be one of its core protecting things. And as if he forgets anything, this would be the last thing to forget, you would say. So maybe, but weird.
Mm-hmm.
There's an undead wizard upstairs. How have you not found him and either dealt with him or run from him?
I know of his existence, but facing him would mean that I might perish. And if I perish, this place is left unchecked. Right now, he stays there, and as long as he does, I can continue to do my job.
Well,
All right.
thanks, Saloon, you're here.
Yes, thank who now?
The Morning
Moonbeam.
Lord.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the Morning Lord.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna sleep over here, I guess.
Yes. Sleep.
This guy weirds me out.
I mean, if he's telling the truth, he probably hasn't talked to anyone in hundreds of years, you know. Get lonely. Sorry about the fireball. But to be fair, you did hit us with lightning, so I feel like it's an equal trade.
Quite.
That is quite a powerful spell. I wish I knew it.
I imagine. If you would want to have a place to stay, perhaps you can rest in the room that you are standing adjacent to, or alternatively, You can sleep here in the Great Hall under my watchful eye.
We sleep up there, and she's going to point up in the statue's eyes.
There is unfortunately just room for one, and it's very small. You might fit in there as a small creature, but it is not comfortable. I would suggest you would not rest there.
I think we'd sleep in the vault, but someone broke the doors. I guess we could sleep out here.
Behind the
Yes.
statue, maybe. Taking it as cover.
Perhaps you can sleep in front of it so I can keep an eye on you. If anything happens to you, I can intervene.
No, because in case change your mind in the morning. The guy upstairs, right? He can only remember for a certain period of time. I am quite worried about whether or not he'll attack again, so just be sure.
But what if he finds you behind the statue? Then I can't help you.
He points to Kazariel. She's can make something that can protect us. I think we'll be fine.
Wonderful. What kind of magic do you use?
Moon magic.
Oh, that's interesting. I've never heard of moon magic. Do tell me more.
Do you know anything about strings, actually? I seem to have been dealing with someone who's very interested in those.
Not really. Do tell me more.
You know what I would like to tell you? A story. It's a love story. Perhaps you are tied as well. I could protect you if you want to, come with us. I'll tell you a story, and then we can all take a rest. I'm sure
Is it
that's
a story about the magic of love, or?
Well, there's magic involved, certainly.
Oh, then I am most interested.
Wonderful.
Can we not stay in the creepy room? Can we stay out here?
Yeah, I wanted to stay in the corner where we had ended up.
All right. I will indulge that. I would be very interested in your story.
Well, first the protection, and I will, sort of like you're teaching somebody a math from like 4 + 6, whatever that equates to, like in arcane or divine or however I cast this Liamon's tiny hut.
12.
Yes. 6.
I'm and a 1 and a 2, and I cast Liamon's tiny hut. Here, just like right in front of us, to the left of the statue.
All right. As you cast that spell, the first time, it doesn't work. It doesn't cost you a spell slot, but it doesn't work. Do you try it again?
That's curious. Usually, she like taps her fingers like a wand that's out of spells, and I'll try it again.
And it works. That's interesting.
Yes. Do you know why that didn't work the first time?
Maybe you did the wrong incantation? I've
She
never
doesn't-
seen this spell before.
She doesn't do the wrong incantation. It's not even an incantation.
There's a first time for everything. Everyone in?
Will you want me to follow?
If you'd like to come, certainly. You are our ally, are you not?
But of course.
Okay.
I would love to.
We can tell you about moon magic and the fact that Saloon guides us.
All right. He joins you in the tiny hut.
Excellent.
Okay.
And we long rest.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let me.
I haven't clicked anything yet.
I'm quickly reading like the tiny hut's like prerequisites thingies. I want to be sure about this.
Yeah. Well,
Because
it's not protecting us from him. That's for sure.
As
It is
he-
a ritual.
As he looks at the tiny hut, you see there is intrigue in Heinrich's eyes, and he says, "Well, after you." And do you guys go in and wait for him to enter, or do you want him to go first?
No,
I think, doesn't it just form over us like a dome?
That
it's 20 feet,
mean-
I think, technically.
Yeah, but that means it would be willing. So it doesn't immediately like form over Heinrich because he's not necessarily willing.
Heinrich.
Yeah. I think I enter. I make it, right? And then I just walk right in and, like you invite somebody into your house.
Cool. He stands at the door, and as he wants to move in, he just stops, like, in his tracks, and he says, "Well, perhaps you do seem safe in here. You can tell me the story, and then I will go back to my statue. Forgive me, it's a habit that I've built up over hundreds of years."
That's weird.
Sure shit is.
Mm-hmm. Let me just quickly read this spell.
While that's
What did
happening,
Papa trigger on?
Oh, I know what
Can you
you're
not
doing
cast?
with this,
I
but
think
John
you can't
doesn't.
cast spells from within it, right? Like you got to be outside to cast spells. Is
No,
that
you
what
can
we're
cast
doing
spells
here?
within it. You just it's who can't enter a home without being invited.
You can't cast spells outside of the dome in the dome.
I don't think she heard me.
Nope.
Oh
Sorry, I didn't.
no.
What?
Who
No,
can't?
what?
Who can't? Out of character. Who can't enter a home without being invited?
he did invite him
You
in.
invited him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did.
Okay.
Good call, though. But
Okay.
no,
Okay.
go ahead and read the
Yes,
spell.
no, it could very well be Strahd.
No, read the spell out. Go ahead.
Okay. 9 creatures of medium size or smaller can fit inside the dome with you. The spell fails if its area includes a larger creature or more than 9 creatures. Creatures and objects within the dome, when you cast this spell, can move through it freely. All other creatures and objects are barred from passing through it. Spells and other magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast through it. The atmosphere inside the space is comfortable and dry, regardless of the weather outside. Until the spell ends, you can command the interior to become dimly lit or dark. The dome is opaque from the outside, or any other color you choose, but it is transparent from the inside.
There you go.
Are you uncomfortable in small spaces?
No, it's just I've never experienced this before, and I do not wish to be a burden. I will stay out here, where you can see me.
Okay.
Fair enough.
While they're sort of engaged in conversation, Carla's kind of pulling off to the side, and she's going to get the sending stone for Ludmilla and contact her. She's going to be like,
All right.
Ludmilla? Carla
Yes.
here. What was it you were telling me about Heinrich?
Heinrich is the last remaining guardian of the temple, from what I can surmise.
Is he... It's a little weird that he's alive still, right? Everything else here is dead.
Wizards can live for an awfully long time, and he does seem vigilant in whatever he's doing.
Yes, but they usually don't maintain their shape.
He's a wizard, all right. He damn well burned my last coat when I went in there.
You've met him?
Well,
Did you get to see him?
meet him is a big word, but he tried to attack me, tried to kill me even. I couldn't venture much further into the temple.
We managed to lure him out of his little statue cubbyhole where he was staying.
What is he like?
He's very strange. He does not seem like a guardian of the temple. We managed to meet Kazan. We managed to draw him back to himself and gain information from that. But this one's different.
He's not attacking you then?
He tried to, and then we attacked him back, and he tried to flee.
And why is he not attacking you now? Why are you safe? What's happened?
We've struck sort of like a companionship with him, but I still don't trust him. I'm just worried in case you know anything.
Based on what?
Oh, well, on our common goal, as I mentioned before, stopping Strahd.
Ah, interesting. Do you have any passwords for me yet?
There's the password Mevaris.
Okay.
And I have
And
a acquired some treasure that I can share with you as well when I pass by.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Carla. I'm anxious to see you again.
Anxious to see you too. Okay, should we trust him? What would you think? You've studied this place more than we have.
As long as he's not attacking you. What is he interested in with you?
He was talking about magic, learning more magic, which I suppose makes sense for wizards, but we all have a sort of different vibe of magic than he does.
Learning magic.
Talking about it a lot. Telling him more about it, which is strange considering, the whole of Brovia's gone to shit and he's asking for tips on how to cast spells,
That is strange. I will have to think on this, but thank you.
You're welcome.
That's interesting. Do take care, Carla. I have to go.
Bye, Ludmilla.
Bye-bye now.
Oh yeah.
Kisses.
Goodbye, darling. Kisses.
Oh, you hang up the phone first.
Yeah. I snap close the sending stone. Yeah, okay. No information then. I went to kind of bound over and be like, well, we should do watches for sure. This is not a safe place at all.
Okay.
Right, I will take the first watch.
I'll take the last one then, or the middle one. Which one do you want to take, Carla?
I can take the middle. I definitely would like the witching hour to do a little bit of a seance.
All right, I'll take the last.
All right. Heinrich will continue his conversation with Casariel from outside the hut about magic and the way that you cast magic. Casariel, on a scale of say 1 to 10, how much about magic are you willing to share with him about like the way you cast, the kind of magic you use, the different spells that you know, like just a ballpark? What do you share?
I am that whole bait and switch thing I did where I was like, I'll tell you a love story. It's about magic. Would you like to hear it? I started at the very beginning of my whole life story where my mom was here. Her name's Celisaria. When she was here, she met my father. It was super romantic. Like the whole, everything but magic. She's telling him.
All right.
I mean, there's magical elements in it. She shows in the journal, like through the thing. She's like, and you see how she drew this diagram here? We saw this. It was incredible. She tells him like that whole thing.
He is genuinely disinterested, and after about an hour, he will excuse himself and retreat to the back of the statue. He won't go inside, but he will stay there.
Okay, I'm going to watch him, but she's watching him to see how he opens the back of the statue, or if there's like any special mechanism that happens while he does that.
All right. At some point, he will lay his hand on the statue and press a small indent over there, and then move into the statue.
Mm-hmm.
And effectively, you now know where the button is to open the door.
Mm-hmm. All right.
For the rest of you, you're going for a long rest, I imagine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. I did my rolls, and I will allow you a long rest for now without interruptions. So feel free.
I was going to try to get Heinrich's attention during my watch. And
you can, if you want.
So I wanted to talk to him about the weapon and Escher's strings, and basically ask him what is that and how it works, and just get his understanding. Because as far as John knows, this guy's an expert on all things magic. So he's going to tell him all about the strings and everything.
He will talk from the statue head, so it will be a little bit more bellowing. You will notice that he is evading most of your questions and not really giving you much on it.
Okay, so John totally willingly tells him everything about, when I grabbed this weapon, and like later on I would just fall asleep for periods of time, and they said that I was being controlled by, so yeah, the whole thing.
whenever you tell anything about it, he will greedily ask more and more about what the magic did to you, how it worked, and where you think it came from. But as soon as you ask him for answers, he is a lot more reserved and claims that he doesn't know or understand the type of magic that you are using, so he cannot help you.
Okay. Not as smart as I thought you were. Okay.
Sorry.
Go on.
During my watch, which would be in the middle, I'm going to pull out the Ouija board, and I'm going to try and contact a dead, like, monk or other wizard that would have worked at the temple.
Fun. It's been a long time since we used the Ouija board, so let's go.
And I'm counting this as my seance to get back fireball.
100%.
Yep. I'll set up my candles, get the cloak laid out, and pop down my
Very
dagger. Hello. I imagine this place is chocked full of terrible energy, but I'm looking specifically for like a dead monk or a wizard, someone who would have protected this temple during the raid that Strahd conducted. Okay. I missed the first word. Was it we are here?
We are here.
We are here.
Yeah.
Okay. First question. Is that treasure Strahd's or the temple's? See. So
We
it's
kept
not.
it safe.
It's not the Lord of the Lands then. It's the treasure of the lands, and they kept it safe. Okay. John wasn't wrong, it's a fucking bank. Okay.
For once.
Genius, man. My god, what having Escher not in your head will do. Alright. Okay, second question. Is that person up in that statue one of you? No.
Oh.
Him.
We do not know
Ooh.
him. For those of you listening in,
Yeah, we do not know him. Okay, I'm gonna kill that fucking motherfucker. Chain lightning bastard. Okay. Final question. Which vault has the Fane's gem? I know you have to keep it safe. I know you have to keep this temple safe. But we will be able to abolish the evil in this land and truly put this place to rest if we have this gem. So please tell me, which vault has it?
You notice a trembling on the token as it tries to move to the letters. And then moves towards goodbye.
Okay. Thank you, spirits. Go forth. If you've been protecting this place for a long time, maybe let your soul rest for a moment. We'll bring peace. And she'll put all her stuff away. And she's going to keep vigilant throughout her watch on the statue. And then on out.
All right. Is there anything else you want to do during your long rest?
Unless we were able to retcon John's portion, then no.
No.
Yeah, it already happened, so yeah.
yeah, no, I mean, even if you told me that, you know, he's like, this guy looks like he knows magic. I want to get some answers, and divulges everything.
Cool. You can apply a long rest. Nothing will interfere with you. And after your long rest, the tiny hut will dissipate and you will be ready for another day.
Does my
What do you do?
maximum health go back up from the bite that Escher gave me earlier?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Long rest will dissipate that.
Yay.
Carla
so
is going to.
just before the hut disappears, can I just, as we all wake up, can I say something to the group, or does it kind of disappear and that's all of our time?
No. Just it's not that much on the timer. Feel free to have a discussion before it goes.
Okay. Good morning.
Morning.
I was having a thought. Heinrich probably did come here, but that's certainly not him. So perhaps
yes.
the doppelganger, like we met in the
Yeah, I contacted the spirits of this place last night and they said they don't know him. But I did find out, John, it is a bank. That is where they keep the treasure of the land. That's how they've been protecting it. Those things were willingly given up, and then the temple protected it until it was ravaged by whatever's happened here.
Oh. I have so many more questions about that, but that's good to know.
It seems at least that they were tasked with protecting it. It makes sense. I mean, not only is it protecting gods, of course that security would be enough to protect the wealth of the land. So John, good job.
It seems like a really safe place for things, but it'd be very hard to come make a withdrawal.
Also, great point, John. Also, I don't know a lot about doppelgangers, but it seems that they are pleased when you believe their charade, right? So maybe if we say, John, I look directly in John's eyes and I get like this close to his face.
Yeah.
Never let on that you don't think that's, you know what? That's Heinrich, right?
Yeah, he knows a lot about magic.
Great. So Carla and I just kind of like probably exchange like a nod.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, damn tight. Yes.
I don't know. Perhaps it will try to kill us, but I think maybe it just likes to feel like it's doing a great job of pretending.
It is able to do some hefty magic, as we've seen before, so we should be more wary of this one than the others.
Yes.
Yeah.
But perhaps try to just pretend like it's our friend. All is well.
Pretend. We could try to hook it in with a little bit of a magical lure and send it off to somewhere dangerous in here.
Oh.
Well, I mean, it likes magic quite a bit. We could say, oh, we found a tomb, but we left it in this room, and we point them to the room with the doppelgangers, where the fire people were, the fire skulls.
Right. Well, in any case, we should probably explore first. If it's going to let us pass freely through this room, I think that's staying friends with it's probably a good idea.
If it's going to, attack us as soon as we leave, shouldn't we have something prepared? Anything to block it up? I don't have anything of the sort. I can only really have attacking spells, but that's about it.
If it tries to attack us again, I say we run, because it almost one-shot all of us, so... I mean, it's almost killed us all with one spell. Right. Yeah, I think it's best to play the game and see if it won't let us just pass free, like it said.
All right. All right. Well, lead the way.
Fingers crossed.
All right, bye, Heinrich. We'll be back in a little bit.
Good luck, you hear from the statue.
And John's just going to start walking completely safely to this hallway. Was it going this way?
Yes, we're going through those doors.
Alrighty. John, as far as John's concerned, this entire area is safe because Heinrich's watching his back.
Perfect.
Yeah. I am. They said left and right. Those are where the stuff is. But are these locked doors or sealed walls or what are
These
they?
These are archways, and as you pass through them, I imagine you look up because you just want to look at this archway, and the ceiling of the archway is almost reflective. It's that shiny. And as you look up, the three of you will notice that there are reflections of the three of you looking back at you. The reflections, however, are seemingly waving their hands at you and screaming. Though it doesn't make any sound, you can mouth the words, "Go back. Go back. Stop." You
Hey,
can't hear it, but you can very clearly read it.
Hey, Carlo, what does it mean when a mirror waves at me?
I mean, you know, if you're not the one waving at it, then I don't know.
John is trying to
think-
mimic the movement so that it looks like he's actually the reflection.
I think it's trying to warn us, and I hope that's all it's trying to do. Could Carla try and take a like arcane crack at this, like looking at it and kind of
Just an
sussing it
arcana
out?
check?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, like she'll reach out with her magic and see what she can kind of get out of it. Fucking nothing. That's going to be a 11.
You get the feeling that this might just be an illusion meant to warn people to not move any further, but as to what and why, no clue.
Looking down the hallway, do we see anything, or is it completely pitch black?
No, if you look down the hallway, you'll notice that you very quickly will look against a wall. This is a T section. So if you move a little forward and basically just look left and right, which I assume you will do, you will see indeed a T-sectioned hallway, which will go rather far, both sides. You will see multiple doors, one to the north, one to the south. Near the south door, there's also a staircase. And you'll see 3 doors into the western wall, one of which is open, 2 of which are closed. The northern door is also open.
I just get this image of John and Casariel and Carlo like playing charades with the mirror. So 3 syllables, but we just keep going.
I'm going to pull out my weighted compass, and I'm going to see
Okay.
if that can help lead our direction from where we're going. Like
Your
reach out
weighted
to the
compass will currently spin around
Okay.
as if you're in the nether.
In the nether.
Okay, I gotta put it away. Minecraft, love Minecraft, guys. Anyways, yeah, okay. Well, left or right?
I'm going to take a peek through the door that's open to the north and see what I see in there.
Sure. You will have to get a little closer though, because it's not fully open.
I'm going to follow Casariel.
All right. Cyril, as you get closer to the north, you're going to go all the way to the north, right?
I mean, I can see for 300 feet in the dark, so I'm only going to get as close as I need to peek in there. And if I have to get
Fair enough.
right up against it, I'm not going to do it.
No, it's cracked, so you will be, like, the door is cracked, so you will be able to see a little bit. You notice a subtle orange humming from beyond the door. It reminds you of a place you've been before in the Amber Temple.
Does it remind me of the vampire's chamber?
It very much reminds you of the Amber sarcophagi. They gave off the same kind of orange glow.
Yes, I believe there's more of that,
Yeah.
sarcophagi situation happening up there.
Yeah, the fuck off sarcophaguses. Yes, sarcophagi. Correct. Yeah, the stone is meant to be near one of those, so I suppose we're going in the right direction. Just stay vigilant when we go in.
Yes, and should I go first?
Sure, if that makes you feel comfortable.
I will.
I'm going to keep an
At
eye on
least
Carlo.
try, perhaps. All right.
I can go first if you. Yeah, I can take this. And he starts walking forward. And I imagine they have a formation that they normally walk in, rear guard, front guard, so on. Point.
Sure.
He's gonna get to the door and nudge it open with his weapon to look further inside.
All right. As you open up the door, You notice a relatively small area where supposedly 3 amber sarcophagi should be. However, one of the 3 is broken, and amber shards lie on the ground. The 2 other amber sarcophagi are still intact and are humming with the telltale noise you've heard before, as if it's trying to talk to you. Inside the room, you also notice 4 very strange creatures that, as soon as you nudge the door open, all look at you. They are about the size of Carla. They have large spikes on their back and a large green eye in their head. It looks as if they were rooting through the shards on the ground, and as you open the door, they look at you. And then they look at each other skittishly. It doesn't look like they're aggressive, more as if they're not sure what to do with seeing you.
Hi there. I'm John. How are you? Can you understand?
Amber.
No, John. Sorry. There's things in here.
Not
I love
aggressive.
you, man.
They don't seem to be. They miss. Anyway, yeah, they don't seem to be attacking. They're just looking through the amber. Oh, amber! Yeah.
And Bruce. Gone.
What's gone?
Here, he takes a step aside and said, "Don't attack her. She's going to talk to you." And lets Carla forward.
I'm just picturing Carla peeking through John's legs. What's
Yeah.
It's like John handing the phone over to,
Yeah.
Carla. Carla wants to talk to you guys.
Yeah. Hi. Hello. We're the same size. We don't have to attack each other. We're all cool. It's good to meet people who are like me. And Carla, as soon as she kind of looks in the room, is doing a sweep with her eyes to see anything glowing in red.
There are 2 very large sarcophagi that are glowing and orange. And if you look directly at them, they will try to communicate with you.
She's going to be looking at them. She's going to be
Yeah.
looking.
Yeah, I want to know too.
All right.
Yeah.
If you look at the left sarcophagi, you hear a voice coming from a distance as if carried on a cold Arctic wind that says, "Hell has frozen over, for I am the one who has brought forth the cold and ice to freeze life. Let me grant you the dark gift of deadly cold and protect you from its frozen horror." And an image swirls to your mind.
She'll tear her gaze away from it and look at the other one,
All right.
if she can.
Of course you can. On the other side, you hear a rather subtle voice saying, "I see all. Nothing can hide from me. Let me show you what you do not see. Take my dark gift." And you see the image in your mind of an amber eye. Carla, this speaks to you.
Oh my.
I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
The 3.
You are attracted to this amber sarcophagus, and you walk into this room and get within 5 feet of the sarcophagus.
Well, I'm sort of drawn towards it, ignoring the creatures, just kind of like...
John's going to follow her.
All right. Carla, you will try and reach your hand out to the sarcophagus. Will any of you stop her?
Did you find the Carla? What's going on? What are you?
Everything. Even what he's doing. Even
Hang
if
on.
Arena is safe.
Sean's gonna try to grab her shoulder, not like angry or aggressively, but just to steady her. Carla,
Okay.
we're not supposed to touch these, right? You told me we're not supposed to touch these, and he grabs her.
Okay. Make an opposing strength check to see who wins.
I got a 15.
A natural 20 minus 1. It's a 19.
Oh, God. Carla, you touch it.
As she's sort of pressing her hand against it, she's like, but John, I'd be able to know if she's safe. She'll press her hand against it.
All right. Carla, you feel a darkness filling you as a dark gift comes to descend on you, and you hear one last question. Do you accept my powers? You can choose either to just say yes and forfeit any roll, or you can leave it up to the dice to decide.
I think I need to leave it up to the dice.
All right. Roll me a flat d20 and hope to God that you roll above a 10.
Rolled a 1.
Oh,
I
Oh.
can't interfere to this.
Oh, no.
This is fate. I can't.
You cannot.
Fucking 20
You are-
to 1. Rolling like shit all day.
You get a dark gift from one of the ancient gods of Barovia. Carla, the god Kirad bestows its dark gift on you. From this day forward, you will be able to cast scrying. From this day forward, you will be able to cast Arcane Eye as an action.
Crying.
That is your gift. As you touch this amber, a third eye forms on your forehead. It is black and it changes to gold whenever you use the gifts that I have just described to you. Your voice will henceforth be a whisper. You cannot speak loudly anymore.
Oh no.
For the purposes of roleplay, I will allow you to not wreck your voice and just speak plainly, but this will have implications whenever you speak to anyone.
What
And
about when I
furthermore-
messaged? Sorry, go on.
Yeah. Okay.
When you message that is not using your actual vocal cords, you will be able to speak plainly.
Okay.
So that's a save to that. Very smart. You will have a boon, which means that you are now henceforth resistant to psychic damage. But as a bane, you will be vulnerable to lightning damage.
Oh fuck.
It's a good thing you didn't
And
get
every
into this
time-
before this.
Right? And every time you will use one of your dark gifts, I will need you to make a charisma saving throw or be hit by a short-term strike of madness. That is what you received.
Oh my god. I imagine as she sort of pulls her hand away, she's like shaking and like looking down at her hands, and can she see out of the third eye?
Your vision doesn't really change, but it does feel different. So you will be very aware of the fact that you got this thing. Yes.
I imagine she kind of looks back up into the tomb and sees her reflection on it, and she tries to let out like a scream, but what comes out is like a
Sorry.
Is her hand still on it?
No, you can take it off.
In the instant that happened, I imagine it all happened so quickly, but John's going to try to pull her away at this point. Does she let him?
Yeah, she's in shell shocked. She's like,
He's going to pull her over to Casario. Casario, we need to get out of this room now. And he's going to pull her to Casario.
Right. Yeah, Casario steps out, takes Carla with her. And then I'm going to kneel down and cup her face and just, I'm struck for a moment by the eye. And then I see the worry on her own face. And so I say, it's all right. It's all right.
I didn't want to. I didn't do that on purpose. I didn't.
All right. It's all right. We can fix this. We can fix this. We can fix anything.
What's wrong with my
For now.
voice?
Did it say anything to you?
It said that I could see everything.
I closed the door with thaumaturgy.
Yeah.
It said you can see everything.
See everything. It lured me in.
I'm gonna grab her
Alright.
hands. It's okay. No, it's all right. I know. I saw it. It's all right.
My voice.
We can.
How I contact ghosts. It's how I do spells. How can I?
You don't need to speak loudly for that. In fact, they probably hate it when you yell at them. You know? So, listen. I don't know the answer, but the Morning Lord and Saloon do. And so we just have to wait until we can talk to them, and they'll tell us what to do. In the meantime,
They're not in these lands, Casariel. Those things are in this lands, not those. I've been. You know this.
were those things touching the tombs at all?
The creatures that were walking around over there, no, they were like scurrying through the dirt and the amber shards that were there because one vault was missing apparently.
Oh, yes. And it did say one vault was missing.
You noticed
It
there
said-
was one vault missing. Yeah.
Didn't it say the name of something and say it's missing?
Yeah, they say Tenebrous missing.
Tenebrous. Okay.
Do you think if I break the amber, would it remove this thing, the eye?
Strahd amber was broken. And she switches over to message as she kind of gets frustrated with her own voice, and she says, Strahd's amber was broken, who he made a deal with, and he's still as he is.
Good point. So, can you see three of us?
Can see the brim of my hat a bit better, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, you can pull that down and no one will notice.
she immediately starts doing that. She like, fixes her fringe.
that's actually really funny.
Yeah.
It is.
That's pretty good.
You know what?
I mean, was the gem in there? Could you see?
I'll go back in. I'll go back in.
Don't be tempted. Don't look at the sarcophaguses.
She won't. Don't worry. Don't worry. Just look in my eyes. It'll be fine. We'll be fine. I'm going to stay with Carla while Casario goes.
Carla, I believe we're here for a reason. And if that's true, then you've been given this gift for a reason. Just remember that, and it's going to be okay. I'm just going to touch her hands. I'm going to open the door again with thaumaturgy.
Okay.
I'm going to close my eyes and cast guidance on myself.
All right.
Just step right inside the room.
Mhm.
And I would like to cast locate object.
Specifically focusing on the red crystal.
Yes, on a red crystal gem. Yes.
It does not seem to be here.
Alrighty. Can I just take one more quick glance at these little monster guys?
As long as you like, you're purposely trying to avoid the amber sarcophagi, I imagine, right?
Kisaril has absolutely no interest in the sarcophagi.
Noted.
Honestly, take with that what you will. I mean, she would rather die than take a deal. So that's the sort of like will that she's got.
As you wish. The 4 creatures will look at you with renewed intent, seeing as they saw something happening to Carla, but other than that, they are not doing anything.
All right. I'm gonna exit. Thaumaturgy again. It's not a foolproof spell, but I don't sense anything in there.
Do you think if you touched another sarcophagus, it would get rid of this one?
I don't know.
Are you
It gives
asking
me
if we should
something
compound curses?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they wipe each other out. It's like 2 wrongs and rights.
He was right about the bank.
Carla
In any
is
case-
going to kind of like feel the energy that she has and what gifts she's been given, and she's going to cast Scrying on Heinrich.
All right. Of Heinrich, okay. That's
kind of
cool.
like sitting there, kind of like thinking about it and being like, what if I'm vulnerable now? What if he attacks? I need to make sure he doesn't.
Okay. He needs to save. You know him firsthand, and you do not possess any connection to him, right? No, you do not.
No.
All right. What is your spell DC?
16.
Oh, yeah, he feels that. You scry him, and as you do, he is up in his statue. And it seems as if he is talking to himself. Well, that's a good question, because he is speaking in a language that you can't understand. I mean, I imagine you do not speak Undercommon, do you?
Don't think so. Let me double check, because I do have a not only common and halfling.
I feel like if
So no,
anyone
I
would
don't.
know Undercommon, Carla would know like if anyone would say, hey, does anyone know a language? It's probably Carla.
Yeah, I only know 2. She's not a language gal.
So you don't know Undercommon, but like it sounds skitterish and weird. And he's talking to himself apparently, as he is looking from one eye to the other, and then he looks back to a piece of paper that he has with him. The piece of paper is partially written in Common, partially written in Gnoll, partially written in Elvish, partially written in Undercommon, and partially written in Elemental. It's a blur of languages. But the parts that you can read are all notes about magic, how to use it, where to find it.
It's not a wizard's spell book.
Definitely not.
And as she's doing this, so the eye flashes gold. As she's
It
looking.
does. And if this is all you want to get from your scrying, let me know if there's anything else you want to get from this.
No, she's good with this.
All right. You suffer short-term madness because you have used your skill. You may roll me a D12. A D10.
D10. Isn't it charisma save?
No, you will just suffer from this because you've used your ability.
Every time one uses the dark gift, they must make a charisma save DC 10 to avoid short-term madness, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But I didn't do the save,
Not
did
to
I?
avoid it. You will suffer it.
Okay.
Oh,
A
so
D10.
not a DC 10, but it's a D10 to choose the madness. Is that correct, or what?
Oh, sorry. First
Every
off, yeah, you
time-
need to. No, yeah, I misread. First off, make me a charisma saving throw because you can avoid it. Yes.
Those are
Okay.
like the one thing I'm like extra good at. Yeah, that's like 26. I'm good.
All right, you're cool. You do not get short-term madness. Fair enough.
So it takes
Sorry,
a
I
lot to
misread
crack
that.
this cookie. Okay.
Man, I need something
Okay,
with a
so-
charisma saving throw. I got. Okay. Anyway, let's do it.
That that
You
I'm
okay?
certainly not a wizard. Be careful. No gem.
No. And I'm just gonna reach out from where I am now. So within 1,000 feet, I would be able to detect it unless it's behind lead or something else the DM would like to term as lead. But not stone, unless you want. It is your story. But I'm just saying.
Unfortunately, you do not sense the red crystal in your direct vicinity within 1,000 feet.
Okay. I don't think it's anywhere near here, but the other side. We should go and take a look on the other side.
Could it be inside one of the amber things? Do you think we should look at those?
Look at them.
If you touch anything in this temple, I will cut your hand off. Both your hands. I'm going to unsheath my sword, and it's going to be like, make one of those cool unsheathing sounds, even though that probably never actually really happens because it's leather, not metal. You know what I mean?
Look at a metal guard.
Those
Sure.
hands.
Got it. I understand. Of course. Why would I want to? I don't want an extra eye. I've got two of them. And as they say that, he's gonna walk to this door and try to inch it open.
It's a lovely
The
eye.
door itself is locked, but it has an inscription on it. The description itself is in a language that neither of you speak.
Neither of who?
Is it in infernally or
All of you.
celestial? Okay, man. Okay.
No, it's in a
Ah.
language that neither of you speak.
Okay.
Carla's going to say the words, the passwords at it.
Go ahead.
Shlax, Mevaris, Harkotha.
As you mention
Handball.
Harkotha, the door unlocks
Yes.
and is ready to be opened.
Do not look at anything.
All right. And he inches the door open.
And as you do, the door reveals something that we will see next week.
No.
It's time. I'm sorry.
Can we just do our next
Okay.
our next week's session today? Now.
Can we?
Well, the
Now?
4 hours. Let's go.
Yeah.
4
24
more
hour stream, 6 session day.
Oh, exciting,
Oh,
isn't
God.
it? Oh, this is such a cool moment.
Oh boy.
Well done.
Alrighty.
I don't know how to feel.
Okay, everybody in the comments, please tell us what is Carla's retirement plan? Is she going to be the seer of Neverwinter? Like, what are some things she could do to benefit out of this? You know Carla, right? She's going to turn this to her benefit.
Maybe. Maybe she can invent a phone and then call it an iPhone.
Oh, God. Luckily, she's resistant to psychic damage, but I don't think we are.
That's great. Resistant
Yeah,
to psychic damage.
That's great. It would
Right?
be lovely to be resistant to necrotic, but that's fine.
Let's focus on the positive here. You can see the top of your hat better. 1.
Yes.
And 2,
Accessorizing, accessorizing is easy.
I think that's going to be very handy moving forward. The psychic
think-
thing.
Though, yeah, I do think these would be gifts, but it took her voice, and it wasn't a freely agreed upon one. She didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
So,
I was about to use command to force you back,
Yeah.
but the dice were basically like, no, this is happening. I was like, oh, fuck.
calm emotions, I
Fucking-
was like, what? But no.
all day. Shitty rolls. Natural 20, natural 1.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was meant to be. It was meant to be.
Yeah. I'm gonna fucking surveillance the shit out of Strahd. He's gonna be annoyed as shit
Yep.
at the end of this.
Scrying
Oh, she's gonna
sensors
be-
everywhere.
What happens when you're mad, though?
That'll be very interesting.
Can't
D10.
yell.
So
hypothesis.
short-term madness. There's a roll table for that, and
Don't tell us
it's
now.
nothing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's nothing too damaging, but yeah, it's impactful.
What are some short-term madnesses that would be perfect for this campaign? You guys right below.
Yeah.
Actually, please don't do that. Don't give him any ideas.
Yeah.
Yes, give him all the ideas.
No, please give me ideas. So
No.
I will expand the table.
It's now a D12. Oh, it's now a D20. Oh God.
I am indeed the Ghost Whisperer. Yes,
Yeah.
alien.
That Aether.
Aether.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching this episode. Thank you all for listening to the podcast and watching it there. You guys are absolutely amazing. We're so boned.
Absolutely.
Fucked.
We will see you next week for episode 38 of The Curse of Strahd. You guys have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful week, and we will see you there. Bye bye now.
Bye bye.